are very proud. It's really a proud moment for us because it's not just another innovation day for us. We also celebrating 30 years of SolidWorks. So, 3 decades of empowering engineers, manufacturers, innovators across the globe. Since its inception in 1995, SolidWorks has transformed a lot. It's not just simple design software anymore. Okay, it's a completely intelligent and collaborative ecosystem. So over 30 years, SolidWorks has grown from standalone software to a complete innovation platform which can do seamless integration with 3D Experience Cloud, artificial intelligence, and simulation that we are going to see some of those today. So with that, I would like to welcome our CEO, Mr. Nayanar Ramaswamy. So Nayanar sir is a very accomplished software professional, and he has over 30 years of experience in developing software products
and they are for different domains like manufacturing or architecture industry. His professional journey is truly inspiring for us. He has worked with some renowned organizations like Think3, Autodesk, and Dassault Systems. He again brings a unique blend of entrepreneurial agility and to a global corporate experience. Throughout his career, he was very successful managing distributed team across the globe. So please put your hands together for Mr. Nayanar Ramaswamy.
There shines a light in the heart of man, defies the dead of the night, a beam that glows within every soul, like wings of hope taking flight. A sunny day when a baby's born, the little things that we say, a special sparkle in someone's eye, simple gifts every day. Somewhere there's a paradise where everyone finds release. It's here on earth and between your eyes, a place we all find our peace. We call paradise. Each of us has his own. It has no name, no, it has no price. It's just a place we call home. A dream that reaches beyond the stars, the endless blue of the skies. Forever wondering who we are, forever questioning why. Come, open your heart, reach for the stars, believe your own power. like wings of hope taking flight.
What is so important is hope. If we don't have hope, we give up. We do nothing. And in this world of violence and fear, we must have hope for a better future. And you have a choice as to what sort of impact you want to make. And I think that really is the most important message that any of us can have. Because, you know, we can't leave everything to governments, we can't leave everything to big business. We must realize that we as individuals make a difference.
That was our introductory video. Thank you, Vishal, for the introduction, and I'm very thrilled and happy to be here in Ahmedabad. And first of all, I want to thank you all for taking your time on a busy day to come and look at what is new, what is coming up in SolidWorks 2025. So I want to thank you all for that first. The second thing, we talked about 30 years, right? 30 years, right? 30 years is too long a time for a product to be relevant, to be active use even today, right? It's a significant achievement for the Gen Z crowd or who haven't seen how CAD industry was around 30 years back. Can anyone guess the kind of configuration on which SolidWorks used to run in 1995 or 97? Can anyone guess? 64 MB of RAM. Can you all hear me in the end? So 64 MB of RAM and 1 GB of hard drive. That is the kind of hardware on which SolidWorks in 95 and 97 used to run when they started building applications on top of SolidWorks in 97. The phone that you carry today has got 100 times more RAM and 250 times more storage in your hand. So for a software that is written to run on such a configuration machine, 64 MB RAM and 1 GB hard drive machine, to stay relevant even in today's world, running in computers which has got the 32 GB, 64 GB of RAM, still staying relevant is a significant achievement. And it is possible because of three reasons. One is that the product is a great product. It solved a very good problem, right? So there was a very good product. The second one is the committed partners, technology partners like Beacon, who took the message of SolidWorks to a large audience. And the third and the most important one is the loyal customers like you, right? So it is only because of the third one we are still relevant and we are very in active use even today. So please let us give an applause for all the loyal customers of SolidWorks who have been stayed loyal for all these years. And it's only because of you we are here, we are talking about technology, and all of this is possible only because of you. So thank you so much for being a loyal customer of SolidWorks all these years. So you saw the video about Beacon. I'll tell a little bit about Beacon. I'm sure you might have heard enough. So it was started in 2002 by a very passionate engineer by name Kumar, who is not here. Me and him go back in 97 when we started working together on building stuff on SolidWorks. We have offices. We cover pretty much like 55% of our country in terms of landmass and the GDP area. We have got offices in Karnataka, Goa, Chennai, and Gujarat, and we recently, one and a half years back, we expanded into we are headquartered in Karnataka. We started off in Karnataka. From there, we expanded to other regions. We have got in fact, we have got 2 more offices in Nashik and Aurangabad as well. Our competency as of now, when we started, was essentially in design and manufacturing automation. That's where we started off with. We've got global alliances like partner products like Yasfood and many other products as part of our offering. We are around 270 people across the country, taking the message of SolidWorks, design, digital transformation, all of that to our customers. So our growth is tightly linked to SolidWorks. We started off as a mainstream CAD company. We started with SolidWorks. But as our customers grew, so did their challenges. So we added more products like for simulation. We added simulation products. It became a part of our offering. Then we added, for 3D printing, we added form labs. Then for all the visual instrumentation, we added Composer. Then some of our customers, in fact, some of the customers in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, they wanted to do configurable design. So we added DriveWorks as part of our portfolio. So, but if you look at the backbone of all the offerings that we have picked up, it's essentially SolidWorks. So our growth is tightly linked to SolidWorks, and so is the growth of many of our customers as well. Today, our portfolio covers from design to analysis to 3D printing to digital manufacturing solutions. We cover a whole set of solutions which can be offered to our customers like you. So we have got around 5,500 plus customers. Just to give you an idea, every year we acquire around 250 new customers. That is like every single day of we working, we acquire around 1.25 customers. So imagine that. Like it's like that many number of customers we acquire every year. And our number of engineers that we have trained so far in SolidWorks is more than 22,000 in the last 20 years. That is like 1,000 engineers we train every year. More than 1,000 engineers we train every year in 3D CAD. That is like almost like every day we train like 5 engineers. I want all these numbers to sink in. Like how much of an effort it takes to take the message of 3D CAD and all of that. In fact, we take so much pride in moving a lot of our customers from first-time users of, they used to use only 2D CAD. From there, we moved them to 3D. So we moved a significant number of our customers from 2D to 3D. That is a significant achievement that we have done. Now we are looking at moving all of them into PLM, adopting PLM and data management solutions. So that is something that we are quite focused on. Our mainstay is MSME companies. When I say MSME, small and medium-sized enterprises. Small and medium-sized enterprises, that has been our mainstay. And today, if you look at our competency, it is like we cover MCAD, mechanical CAD, which is our core stuff with which we grew. Now we have got competencies in PLM implementation, digital transformation. We build applications on top of SolidWorks as well. We have got a software development team too. Digital manufacturing, that also we have got solutions. And we are doing some research on AI, on how it will apply to mechanical and PLM industry. So that also we are dabbling with all of that. So from SolidWorks, we have moved on to become a technology company. So when I joined Beacon, we wanted to do an experiment. Okay, let's try to understand how we are talking about all this technology, this, that, and all of that. Let's try to understand the ground reality, right? We did a survey of our customers. We picked up a sample and we asked all our subscription AEs to go talk to our customers, profile them, survey questionnaire and all of that we did. Can you believe this one? 66% of our customers are still managing their bill of material in Excel. How many of you still do your bill of material in Excel? Can you all raise your hand? Only one? I see more hands going up. Right? So that 66% of our customers manage their bill of material in Excel. And of our customers, we are around 52% is product-based, meaning like they produce something and then give it to their customers. Around 45% are project-based, meaning like they make special purpose machines. They take an order, they build machinery and all of that. So this is broadly. Now is when you are going to see some very interesting data. 70% of our customers manage their design data in local computers. Meaning, like, if the computer crashes, they lose the data, right? Or they have to have a backup in a NAS or a USB drive or something like that. 66% manage their bombs in Excel. This is what I was talking about. 96% share their drawings, PDFs, all of that by email within their organization as well as outside of the organization. The communication happens only through email, sharing of the design data, right? 45% of them project-based. 60% of them have repeatable designs, meaning that they don't start from scratch, meaning they have a repeatable design. And 90% of the users, they fill manually forms. I've been to billion-dollar companies where, even the inspection, whatever, I don't know, how many of you fill paper forms like inspection whenever do a quality check? Do you have a paper in which you say check, 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 this is passed, this is passed, this is passed, right? So 90% of our users use manual forms to fill up the inspection data and all of that. And 76% track work progress by emails and phones. Now, the reason I am putting up this slide is that we are talking about all technology and everything else, but this is the ground reality. And this is not going to be very different with many other industry segment also. So why is it like this? Is it because there's no technology is not available? Technology is available, right? So which made us to redefine our mission statement. Beacon mission statement is like, our mission is to enable our customers embrace digital technologies by providing products and solutions, being a trusted technology partner and help them in their digital transformation journey. So we have redefined our mission statement to be a trusted technology partner for all of you. Because all of you are busy doing your business. So you need someone to work with as a technology partner to pick up all this technology, be it like a PLM, be it like other kind of solutions that can potentially make you more productive, more profitable. For that, you need a trusted technology partner. And we are redefining ourselves to be a technology partner. So I'm going to ask you all of you have been, how many of you have been using SolidWorks for more than 20 years? No one? Only one? How many designs you might have created, sir, in the last 20 years? 500, 1,000? Models. Right? How many have you used for 10 years? How many models you might have created? Huh? Lakhs, right? So all of that in a machine-readable form, in a computer form, you have got them in a SolidWorks assembly and models and all of that. So this is your intellectual property, right? This is your intellectual property. It is sitting in the computer. Everything that we have designed and developed is all sitting there in the computer. So that is the design data. Then you have a product data. The product data is whatever you design is meant for a product, right? So the product data is primarily your bill of material, your manufacturing bill of material, your costing. This might most likely be in specifications of the product. This might most likely be in an Excel file or in a PDF file or in some form. It is still in a machine-readable form, right? Then you have got production data. How do you manage your production planning? You might be doing it in Excel or you might be doing it in paper. You might have like a fortnightly production plan or a monthly production plan, right? So, and how connected is it? These data sets are, like you have got a design which is your 3D model, you've got a product data which is all your bill of materials and everything else, and your production planning is another set of data. Then you have a customer data, which is you're producing something for your customers. So what did you deliver to the customer, and how is it linked to your the rest of the stuff that you are doing? And the quality data is all the inspection. Whenever you receive a material, you inspect, you record it. All that is like a quality data. And finally, your processes data. Whatever you produce, you follow a process and you record how much has been produced today. There was so much of rejections and all of those things. Now, the question that I want all of you to ask yourself is that how much of this data is digital? When I say digital, it means that how much of that can be read by a computer. If you have a SolidWorks model, it is digital. If you've got an Excel file, it is digital, right? So this is the first set of audit that you should look at your organization. How much of my data is digital? And the second thing is that how connected it is. The reason I am emphasizing on this data and the connected data is essentially because all the stuff that we are going to talk about, like AI, new technology, digital manufacturing, all of of them require a connected data which can help you to adapt all these kind of technologies. So I request all of you, when you go back from after the session today, please do an audit of your organization. How much of my data is digital? How is this data set connected, right? So this is one thing that if you do, you are going to see a lot of change in the way you look at how you are doing your business as of now, right? So if you look at engineering knowledge silos, every engineering organization has got a tribal knowledge. Like someone sir said that he's been designing for the last 20 years, right? Which means that if anyone in the company has got some doubts, they will go to him. Sir, abhi wo naya design aaya hai, then he may say that 10 saal pehle humne kiya tha, right? You don't have to start from scratch. Or within the organization, there will be like a bunch of people who have been founders, who built something. So this is like a tribal knowledge. And when I say tribal knowledge, it is human intelligence of a collection of people who have been together building something. They hold so much amount of knowledge within their brain. So this is the tribal knowledge. The second knowledge silo is the CAD data. So all the models that you created, I asked, you created lakhs and models. In the last 20 years, you have created many, many models. All of them are sitting in the computer sleeping. You don't even know what maybe you know, but you will spend a lot of time searching for what I did for around 10 years back, what I did for 5 years back, and all of that. Then the third one is document archive, which is your internal manuals, PDFs, all of the specifications, everything. And your global industry knowledge. All of you must be using some kind of a standard, be it a ASME standard or mechanical design handbooks. All of you will have access to all these kind of handbooks before making any of the design choices, right? So these are the 4 different silos that any engineering organization, you can definitely look at it and you'll be able to see those silos, right? Now, how do you leverage this? How do you leverage new technologies towards this? So when we talk about AI can potentially help you to leverage and connect all these pieces of data together. You may not have connected all the data around 10 years back, but today it is possible with the tools like AI. So AI has got multiple ways of doing it. One is a RAG model, which is a retrieval augmented generation model. There's a semantic search. When I say semantic search, we engineers do not just say pipe. We put a lot of qualifiers to this particular thing called pipe. If you want to define a gasket, you're not just going to say gasket. You're going to say define your part like that, 100 NB, this, that, and all of that. So this is like a semantics. So you add a lot of semantics to your part description. So how you can draw a taxonomy, how you can leverage all of this for you to make the best use of the technology that you have is where all these latest technology tools can help you. But for that, you need to have data in a digital form, and you should have the data in a connected form, right? So this is what we are talking about, a digital thread. A digital thread is like you have a thread which connects different functions of your organization, be it from design to procurement to production to quality to the end customer also, right? So the digital thread, what it means is that it is like a seamless flow of data across different functions in the organization. It connects design, simulation, and different functions in the organization. It enables traceability. The key thing is the connected data model. There are many companies who try to do a unified data model. When I say connected data model, there is a significant difference because the procurement team doesn't need all the assembly 3D model data of your CAD model. They may need some part number, they may need a certain set of data. So if you are building a model which is like unified across the functions, it is not going to work. So digital thread, essentially about a connected data model. How well you can build a digital thread is going to be important for you to leverage all the technology that is going to be available. Why does it matter in mechanical design? It enables control, configuration, and traceability. And it links CAD, CAE, PLM data for continuity. So this is why it matters. And finally, how does it impact? It impacts in manufacturing in terms of your tooling and all the other stuff, and enable feedback loop from shop floor to engineering. So it's very important for all of you to understand the meaning of digital thread and how does it matter. So as part of Beacon, we have an offering called the Digital Transformation for Excellence, DTX. It is a solution which can help you to link multiple software that you have. If you have 3D experience and if you've got an ERP, you can use DTX to give the digital thread between these two different software. If you have a CRM software and a design software from SOLIDWORKS or 3D experience, you can use the platform to link all these pieces of software together. So, like I mentioned about digital manufacturing. So this is a robot and a cobot which is like doing this welding pieces together. So this is also an offering from Dassault, which you will hear about it in the coming days. This second one is a shop floor simulation tool where you can plan your shop floor as you're designing a new factory or doing things like that to simulate. So the Delmia Works is a manufacturing operations management solution which covers from design all the way up to manufacturing, which is from top floor to shop floor, from a sales order to your final delivery. Delmia Works will be able to manage all of that. You will hear more about it in the from Beacon team in the coming days. I'm just giving you what is potentially coming. So the reason I told about all of these things is that we are redefining our future, what we are going to be. That is based on where we want our customers to go. The first one is a digital audit. We request all of you to do a digital audit of your organization. Don't confine yourself only to design, but design to production, to inspection, to material, to the entire flow. You check how much of the data is digital and how connected it is, and you do a digital transformation roadmap, right? The second one is that extend the digitalization beyond design to manufacturing, servicing and retirement. Extend your digitalization beyond that and help you leverage data through digital thread. And when you do all of these things, right, you'll be able to adapt new technologies like AI and all of these things. So the last thing that I want to end my session with is that if all of these things make sense to you, do come and talk to us, and we will be able to work with you as a trusted technology partner to build this digital thread for you to adapt all these technologies like AI and all those kind of things as we move forward. So do talk to us to take us as your trusted technology partner. So with that, I conclude my my session. So yeah, I'm going to be around. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. We're not taking any questions here because we're running short of time. But I'll be around. So if you've got any questions, do reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much.
Let's launch SolidWorks 2026, and we'll start with a nice AV.
Innovation begins with a dream. In 1995, SolidWorks was born, a revolutionary vision transforming design, putting the power of 3D into every engineer's hands. Our vision has always been clear: to empower innovation, foster collaboration, and inspire the future of design. For 30 years in India, we've grown together, driven by your passion, guided by your dreams. As India stepped into a new millennium, SolidWorks became a catalyst, fueling creativity, empowering dreamers, and shaping growth.
Namaste. This year, SolidWorks celebrates 30 incredible years. And as someone who grew up in India and found my way into engineering through curiosity and passion, this moment feels very personal.
Manish, namaste. Manish, I still remember that visit to your village. What was it, 7 or 8 years ago, right?
Yeah, and I had to show you where it all began for me, right? We ate freshwater fish, visited the local school, and you even drove a tractor through fields, right?
Yes, yes, I did. I think I want to try it again. Maybe you have a more recent model of the tractor. Anyway, that was unforgettable, to be honest. I've been in many places in the world, as you know, but that day, feeling the warmth of the people, meeting those bright eyes kids, dreaming of becoming engineers, that was something else, or completely something different. And that's when I truly understood why India is so important to SolidWorks.
Thank you for being an esteemed SolidWorks customer, and thank you for this entire ecosystem who have been supporting SolidWorks for the last 30 years. Today, as we talk, SolidWorks is not only a pure design tool. Today, SolidWorks encompasses the additional applications in the area of the validation, the data management, manufacturing, and marketing and communications. Today, the SolidWorks have gone into the next level, which is the need for the industries. As we celebrate the 30 years of SolidWorks, we encourage you to discuss with our team, with our partners, with our community, to understand the new future of SolidWorks, which is our 3D experience SolidWorks, and the future of SolidWorks in all our series, which is happening across the country.
From groundbreaking 3D CAD to seamless cloud collaboration, our innovations changed industries. Meanwhile, in India, SolidWorks grew with you, empowering businesses, startups, students, and educators. SolidWorks enables Indian startups to dream big and build bigger. Cargos redefines urban cargo mobility. And Bulwark Mobility creates India's autonomous electric tractors for sustainable farming. Our real strength lies in people, customers, and partners who believed in us. Growing from a small group to thousands, we are a community of innovation. WA Corp creates smart next-gen water purification and hydration stations for India's industrial sector using SolidWorks. Migma Pactron developed cost-effective snap-fit automotive interior components for commercial vehicles, all powered by the precision and speed of SolidWorks solutions. Our story resonates beyond technology, inspiring education, igniting innovation, making headlines, and shaping India's future. Over 1,300 institutes and 290,000 students and educators empowered. SolidWorks nurtures India's next generation of innovators. For 30 remarkable years, SolidWorks has grown with you. Thank you for your passion, trust, and innovation. Together, our best days lie ahead. This 30-year journey has always been about you. Your dreams, your creativity, your dedication make this milestone truly meaningful. Innovating for 30 years, creating tomorrow today. Together, let's design a future without limits.
Okay, so with that, I would like to call upon stage Mr. Mahesh Biradar. He's a partner sales manager at Dassault Systems, and he also comes with an immense experience, and we can proudly say he's our ex-Beaconite, and he has worked with companies like Tata Technologies in the past. I would like to call upon stage Mr. Mahesh, and he's going to take us through what is there for us in SolidWorks, where SolidWorks is moving, and what are the new features which will be coming up, which will be helping all of us, all of our customers, we'll be talking a lot about AI today. So please keep your eyes and ears open. We'll be having some quiz contest also moving ahead, and there are wonderful prizes. So all the contests will be on the basis of presentations what we'll be doing. So stage is all yours, Mahesh sir. Yeah, along with Mahesh sir, we'll also have. Okay, so it's only Mahesh sir. It's only you.
Yeah,
okay.
I will take it. Yeah, thank you, Vishal bhai. Thank you, Nayanarji, for a wonderful digitalization is really helping the innovations. He has already asked, again I'm asking, how many SolidWorks users here? Wow, that's good. The one thing is, I'm really thankful to all of you, and not only for Ahmedabad, across the world. We are all thanks to the design engineers who really giving us that motivation, that feedback, which really help us to coming up with every new year with the new features. So your feedbacks really matters a lot. Thank you for that reason. So today, if you see, whenever you go outside and buy something, what exactly you see in the, whatever you want to buy, the first thing you will see is whether that product is smart, whether that product is user friendly, correct? जो भी हो, वो गाड़ी हो, mobile हो, जो भी house appliances हो, the first thing what you will see is smart है कि नहीं? So that's why the 9RG has correctly mentioned digitalization and innovations are going in hand, correct? Without a digitalization, you cannot do, nowadays, the innovation is not possible. My name is Mahesh Biradar. I take care of sales for Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Along with me, Swapnil Patil is there. He take care of technical part. So we have an office in Ahmedabad. We have started Ahmedabad office from last 3.5 years. So it is dedicated for you guys. So earlier we used to operate from Mumbai, but we have a dedicated office at Ahmedabad now. So today I will just go through you the how India is growing and how the India is planning for the short-term goals and how they are planning for the bigger goals. It's not working, yeah? It's not working. Correct. So recently, Navratri gaya. All of you enjoyed. कितने लोगों ने any payment पेटीएम से किया होगा? सब लोगों ने किया होगा? किसी ने कैश कैरी किया ही नहीं होगा? 100%? हाँ? सब लोगों ने. मतलब recently मैं न्यूज़पेपर में पढ़ रहा था. So almost 1 million transaction has happened during this Navratri. Why? Because of the digitalized revolution. Correct? तो समझो आपके पास वो पेटीएम नहीं रहता या गूगल पे नहीं रहता, आपके पास वो छुट्टा लेके घूमना पड़ता या पर्स लेके घूमना पड़ता. Correct? If you see the figure of first thing, that is the fintech industry is growing like anything. In last, you can say after COVID we have grown like anything in fintech industry. How it is really, it is important for manufacturing industry. If you see the backward integration of this, which are the industries are grown? If you see the banking industry has grown like anything. If you see the food industry has grown like anything. So if you go again a backward integration, so a lot of machinery industries also help for this. So in near future, this industry is going to grow like anything. The next is the electronic and semiconductor. अभी आप सभी शेयर में ट्रेड करते होंगे? कितने लोग करते हैं? Yeah, that's good. मतलब known for trading city, correct? So NVIDIA का सब लोगों ने नाम सुना होगा? हाँ? तो रॉकेट जैसे गया था, करेक्ट? क्या रीजन था? What was the reason? Nowadays, most of the products are chip-based, semiconductor-based, correct? जो भी आप लेने जाओगे, everything is part now. So that industry is growing like anything. The government also have a lot of money on this, and investment, PLR scheme, everything is coming for this industry. You might be heard about many MNC companies are coming to India and manufacturing here. And recently we have even a showcase, a Indian made chip, correct? So next is e-commerce. अभी आप गांव में भी बैठ के आप जो भी आपको प्रोडक्ट चाहिए, you are getting that, correct? Huh? So ultimately the industry, the mechanical industry or any other industry is growing up because of this reason. So e-commerce is growing like anything. Okay. It's gone? Oh. No, not working. Okay. E-commerce. So that's what I was talking about. It really it's growing like anything for Indian industry. So it is you can say most of the you can say people are staying in rural area nowadays. Everybody is carrying that mobile, correct? Smart mobile. And thanks to all the leading internet providers who are giving a very, very affordable price. That internet, because of that internet, that revolution has happened from last many years now. Healthcare, I think the Ahmedabad, Gujarat is one of the most, you can say, having a lot of health-related industries, pharma industries. So we are the biggest contributor for the new vaccine creator for the world. So you can say the 50% of the contributions coming from India. Because of that reason, so a lot of chemical industry has already grown. If you see after COVID vaccine has created by India initially and supplied to many worlds. So the chemical industries have grown like anything. Electrical vehicle. So how many of them are using electrical vehicle? Anybody is using? Two-wheeler, jo bhi ho. Okay, see, they've started transforming now. The most of the automotive sector is transferring to electrical vehicles. Renewable energy, Gujarat is one of the leading state where we have started most of the rooftop houses to be a solar based one, correct? कितने लोगों में ऊपर घर के ऊपर सोलर लगाए? ऊपर सोलर लगाओ, नीचे इलेक्ट्रिकल व्हीकल लगाओ, फ्री, करेक्ट? तो यहाँ पे वो कंसेप्ट ज्यादा चल रहा है, तो इसलिए सब लोगों ने सोलर ऊपर लगाया है. So agro and food processing. So government is coming up or already come up with a lot of can say schemes to invest the farmers to invest in food processing equipment, food processing industries, whether it is juice making, whether it is you can say pulse making industries. So government is giving a lot of support to who are investing those industries. So if you see by 2030, this industry will grow by like anything. Being a mechanical engineer, being a design engineer, this growth will come to our industries somehow. Just to see how these industries are contributing to our economy. So as the government has decided, we want to become the third largest the economy in the world. So this really industry will contribute in near future. So I have already highlighted some of them are e-commerce, semiconductor, cloud services. Cloud services, if you see the cloud services, आपका जो भी payment है, everything is on cloud. Banking, everything is on cloud. जो आप Ola, Uber book जो करते हो, all the data is on cloud. Correct? And cyber security. You might be heard a lot of ransom attacks nowadays. बहुत सारे पैसा चोरी हो रही है, वैसा हो रहा है. So this industry is also growing like anything, and so Indian companies are working a lot on this. Travel and tourism. Travel and tourism. पहले जब भी आप कहीं पे भी प्लेस में जाते थे भीड़ नहीं होता था, अभी हर जगह जाओ आप भीड़ मिलेगा मिलेगा, करेक्ट? सो आप एयरपोर्ट में जाओ, आप एयरपोर्ट इज नाउ बिकमिंग ए बस स्टॉप। हाँ, पहले मतलब ऐसा लगता था यार ये क्या है, कोई जाता था, अभी everyone is going through that. That is the reason why the government has decided to come up the airports in all tier 2 cities. It is growing like anything. So these are other industries where this really contribute to our economy. Okay. If you see the auto component or automotive industries are very old industries. Okay. So after this electrical vehicles or जैसे SUV का दिन आ गया, ठीक है? So people are buying like anything. So everybody is leaving their sedan car or a small car or a Maruti car and buying a SUV. That aspiration is there. Everybody is buying that aspiration. So because of that, if you see the automotive industry has grown like anything from last 5 years, and still it is growing. How many of them you see B6? B6, an Indian-made electrical vehicle. Have anybody has चलाया उसको? बहुत मजेदार गाड़ी बनाया है, मस्त, मतलब एक रॉयल फील आता है, आप उसमें आप जाके बैठो. So that is made by Indian company. So the kind of growth we are seeing in that industry is very huge, and based on that, if you see the auto component industries are also growing. Why auto components are growing? Because if you see electrical vehicles, earlier the components, we thought that बहुत सारा चीजें निकल जाती है यानी गाड़ी में, तो इलेक्ट्रिकल में क्या रह जाएगा, इंजन नहीं है, साइलेंसर नहीं है, बहुत सारा चीज नहीं है, तो कॉस्ट तो कम होना चाहिए, उल्टा बढ़ रहा है. रीजन बिहाइंड लॉट ऑफ स्मार्ट थिंग्स आर एडिंग टू दैट. पहले से ज्यादा कंपोनेंट है, अब से पहले से ज्यादा कंपोनेंट है. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट रीजन मोस्ट ऑफ द ऑटो कंपोनेंट्स इंडस्ट्रीज आर आल्सो ग्रोइंग. कितने लोगों का आपका जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट है वो स्मार्ट है या रोबोटिक्स है, कोई इंडस्ट्री में है? किसी के पास है या नहीं है? So it's really good opportunity for us, boss. Nobody is using anything automation. IoT कोई यूज कर रहा है? मशीन लर्निंग कोई यूज कर रहा है? नहीं. Okay. So if you see, जैसे हम लोग डिजिटल को बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस दे रहे हैं when you are buying something for yourself. So similarly, we need to adopt for our industries also. Why robotic industries or automation industry is growing? Because nowadays everybody needs very quick products, correct? Quick product and precise products. The precise products will happen using either automation or a robotics. So this industry is really growing. Nowadays this industry in automotive and the medical equipments, these services are already used and they are using very aggressively. The key technology, if you see a key technology, what they are using at presently is, one is virtual twin. Anybody knows virtual twin? Have you heard about virtual twin? नहीं? वर्चुअल मतलब क्या? जो भी आप SolidWorks यूज कर रहे हो दैट इज वर्चुअल. रियलिटी से पहले, मतलब प्रोटोटाइप से पहले जो भी आप कर रहे हो दैट इज वर्चुअल, करेक्ट? तो वर्चुअल ट्विन इज नथिंग बट जो रियल प्रोडक्ट आपका जो जैसे काम कर रहा है रियल में, जब भी आप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करते हो जिस तरह से काम कर रहा है, सो दैट ऑल थिंग्स विल बी validated, checked in computer. डिजाइन किया, कंसेप्ट किया, डिजाइन किया, then validate your products and test in different environments. So that is called virtual twin. Internet of Things, maybe you might be knowing that IoT. So from the lot of sensor, you put it on your machines and understand how my machine is behaving. You can take a predictive things before anything. जो भी आपका machine shutdown होने वाला है, उसका prediction आप ले सकते हो. So based on that IoT, you can do that. Electrical vehicle, we have already talked on this. I will just, if you see, in Ahmedabad, I have met couple of customers who are really investing in battery storage industry. So we are making a lot of energy from the solar, correct? Yeah? So how to store that? Even electrolysis is. So from that electricity will generate. How you store that? So in the Ahmedabad, I have seen already companies are coming up and investing in how you can store that energy. So in near future, so that will be the biggest industry. And also many companies are investing on battery management. So what is the goals we are seeing in coming next you can say 5 years? Third largest economy, 10 trillion economy. GDP growth, already we are at 6-7%, so we want to be at the same pace. The manufacturing, because the manufacturing, after China plus one strategy, so we have showcased to the world that, boss, we are the manufacturing hub. You come over here or we'll make for you. You can do an export from India. So that's why the manufacturing industry is growing very, very, at a very pace. Cloud growth. So cloud growth, why I'm putting over here is because everything is now at presently cloud. Getting a hardware will be a challenge in near futures. So if you put your data on cloud, so that will really help you to access your data anywhere. जैसे आपका मोबाइल लेके आप कहीं पे भी पेमेंट कर सकते हो, because it is connected, correct? It is connected through cloud. जैसे आपका डिजाइन डेटा है, आप कहीं पे भी बाहर जाके एक्सेस नहीं कर पाओगे. आपको उधर ही जाना पड़ेगा, उधर ही एक्सेस करना पड़ेगा. सपोज ऐसे ही आपके पास पेटीएम में होता तो क्या होता? आपको कैश कैरी करना पड़ेगा. नहीं तो आपको डिजाइन लैंग्वेज में बोले जाएंगे तो प्रिंट लेके जाना पड़ेगा. Correct? So that's what the cloud growth is among us in near future. So everybody knows about this terminology. Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So recently Modi Sahab is telling, boss, everything has to be done in India and consume in India. क्यों इंडिया सब लोग पहले सिर्फ इंडिया को पॉपुलेटेड कंट्री बोलते थे. अभी मार्केट है 140 करोड़ का मार्केट है. अर्लियर वी यूज टू, मतलब जब भी मैं पढ़ता था स्कूल में, हम लोगों को ऐसे ही नहीं सिखाते थे ये पॉपुलेटेड कंट्री है. Now everybody has seen in a different prospect. So the world is learning a lot of things from India now. जैसे आज के टाइम पे गोल्ड का प्राइस और सिल्वर का प्राइस क्या है? पहले अपने मम्मी पापा या उनके मम्मी पापा गोल्ड खरीद के रखते थे, घर पे रखते थे. तो सब लोग ऐसे ही बोलते थे, बाहर के जो वर्ड वाले ऐसे बोलते थे, यार तुम लोग ये गोल्ड रख के रखते हो, उसको इकोनॉमी में लेके नहीं आते हो. तो वो डेट इन्वेस्टमेंट है. नाउ व्हाट द अदर कंट्रीज आर डूइंग, दे आर बाइंग गोल्ड एंड कीपिंग इट. So we are doing this from many years, many decades. So now the world is learning a lot of things from India. आज सिल्वर का रेट 180 हो गया, हाँ 180. Nobody has imagined that. Boss. Everybody knows 1947 is our Independence Day. So 100 centurion goals, 8% GDP growth, 19 trillion economy, lot of jobs. आपका भी सैलरी बढ़ने वाला है, ठीक है? जैसे जैसे मार्केट बढ़ रहा है आपका भी सैलरी बढ़ने वाला है. बढ़ेगा कि नहीं बढ़ेगा? कुछ बोला किसी ने? हाँ बढ़ेगा, 100% बढ़ेगा. So what are the things so you should have to achieve those goals? One is leadership commitment from the government, the stable government, strong government, straightforward government, and a strong government. Upskilling, reskilling, upskilling. If you guys don't do this, because digitalization, innovations are at presently it's very, very important. If you don't upscale your things, whether it is related to AI, whether it is related to validating of the products, whether it is related to smart manufacturing, if you are not upscaling your things, it will be very difficult to sustain in the market, because the competition is growing like anything. So the recently Gujarat government has announced 2% of the revenue has to be invested in the skilling. So last week only they have announced this. So whatever they are earning, they have to spend 2% of their revenue. Digital infrastructure, everybody should have this digital infrastructure. Otherwise, you will be late to market. And the standard has to be followed. This is what I have already discussed, the digital twin. The digital twin, a lot of data collection is happening, correct? The data collection, based on that, you can judge your product, how it is behaving in the market. Nowadays, recently we have opened our office in Pune, big office, R&D office in Pune. Right from the scratch, from the layout to the entire, I can say, HVAC system also, HVAC system. Everything is developed on our solutions, Dassault solutions. And the same replicate as we are seen at presently. So that kind of innovations you can do with the help of our technology. I think you have already seen a lot of slides on this. We have started our journey in 1995 saying that boss, we are window-based CAD software. Window-based मतलब जो भी आपने Word Excel में जो shortcut use किया है, वो चीज़ आपने SolidWorks में use करते हो, correct? So if you see the journey from last 30 years, so every year we have added new features, whether it is a data management, whether it's a simulation, whether it's a cloud data, whether it's a cloud solutions, or inspection, composer. Every year we have added that because we have realized that, boss, this is the solution the industry needs. So today we will see what are the new things are coming in 2026. Our team will showcase the entire the new features. Okay, interesting thing. So how many of you are using AIs in your day-to-day life? How many of them you are using AI in your workplace? Still, जो भी हाथ नहीं उठाया ना, आप गूगल या तो गूगल यूज नहीं करते हो आप? हाँ? आप आज के टाइम पे कुछ भी आप टाइप करो गूगल में, पहला क्या देता है? AI देता है. हाँ? सब So if you are not raising hand, means तब आप एक तो बहुत स्मार्टफोन यूज नहीं करते हो या बहुत दूर हो. So we are coming up with the AI. It's already there. How many of them you know AI is already there in SolidWorks? So 1, 2, 3, very few people. So I am seeing a lot of people are using SolidWorks, and still nobody knows the AI is already there in SolidWorks. So we can showcase that today. So how the AI is really helping your day-to-day life in SolidWorks. So we are adding AI to current SolidWorks. Already जो SolidWorks है उसी में हम लोग add कर रहे हैं the features which will really help you to enhance your day-to-day activity with designed to make you a more efficient, innovative and competitive way. The problem you really realize that was बहुत सारा repetitive काम हो रहा है. ये स्मार्ट हो जाए तो जैसे आप कोई ड्राइव करता है, जैसे आप ऑफिस से घर अभी जाते हो, तो आजकल आपका जो गूगल मैप है वो रियलाइज कर देता है भाई ये अभी घर जाने वाला है, हाँ? तो उसको आपको मैप दे देता है इतना टाइम में आप घर पहुंचोगे. सिंपल है, मतलब ट्रैफिक है नहीं है तो आपको आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए इजी होगा. भाई इतना टाइम लगने वाला है मेरे को आज, तुरंत देगा, आपको डालने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. करेक्ट, आजकल वो दे रहा है जो आपको रिपीटेटिव काम करे. Similarly, if you are doing a lot of repetitive work in your current design things, so how is AI is helping in that? Searching the files, बहुत सारा सर्च फाइल आपको डे टू डे इसमें चाहिए. So how is AI is helping in that? Faster, तो जो भी मेरा फीचर्स मैं यूज कर रहा हूँ, how we can use faster way and with a data security. These are the problem we are going to solve. Assistive, predictive and generative. Assistive, it is already there in SolidWorks, even predictive is also there. Assistive, जैसे कोई भी चीज़ आपको असिस्ट कर रहा है, मतलब आपने SolidWorks में we will showcase that. Assistive, जैसे आप कोई भी कंपोनेंट है उसको चैम्पर कर रहे हो, चैम्पर करने के लिए नहीं सोच रहे हो, तो आपको असिस्ट करेगा भाई ये नहीं है, ये सब में भी चैम्पर करना चाहिए. देता है, स्मार्ट फीचर है ऑलरेडी SolidWorks में, you know it, huh? It is assisting. The SolidWorks is already assisting a lot of features to make faster your design. Predictive, नीड है आपका, जैसे आप कोई कमांड यूज कर रहे हो, कोई भी यानी कमांड यूज कर रहे हो, उसको पता है भाई नेक्स्ट मेरा यही कमांड आप यूज कर रहे हो. इज प्रेडिक्टिंग you are going to use the same command or you are going to use the same feature for the next, वहां पर भी आपको predictive करके देगा. Generative means it is giving just like a Google, जैसे आपको हर चीज solution दे रहा है. करेक्ट, आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, आपको solution दे रहा है. So here we'll see how the generative AI is helping in SolidWorks. I now call my colleague Swapnil, who will not take much time now. So we go to start the 2026, the new features. Swapnil will take you the small enhancements which are already there and coming up. Yeah, Swapnil, it's all yours.
So much, Mahesh sir, for sharing all the insights regarding where India is moving towards 2020-30 and 2047 for the Centurion goals. So I would like to ask one thing still. Many of us are the SolidWorks design engineers, and everyone is from mechanical engineering community. Okay, so there is only one question. Everyone is getting some problem that how many people here are thinking that AI will replace design engineer's job? No one. So yes, I can found great audience here. So everyone is believing on their skills, and as sir has already showcased that government is taking initiatives for upskilling ourselves, professional world, the educational sectors and everyone. So now we'll see how AI is evolving in SOLIDWORKS. Since 30 years, we are coming up with some new features in on every year we are coming up with some new innovations. Okay, so we'll see now how we are evolving in SOLIDWORKS today, and also what is our futuristic version of the SOLIDWORKS. Okay, so we'll move forward with this. Again, one more question: how many people here using ChatGPT in their work life? Great.
Yeah, everyone.
Everyone. So similarly, just imagine if you get that same type of tool within a SOLIDWORKS screen, which will be regarding to your 3D experience platform, which already you have it, okay, in your private, with the approved data, in your with your particular private tenant, okay. So if you get that help within a tenant, you can search, you can get the guides. If you are following ISO audits and all, you can get that standards itself for that feature, for ChatGPT, you are searching for documentation related stuff, or for emailing something, or searching on Google. Okay, so you are preferring ChatGPT, Gemini, and the all other tools. Okay, so similarly in a design community, we'll launch one more tool within a SOLIDWORKS today. We'll see moving ahead in our further slides. So this is what we have seen, that we are evolving through assistive AI, predictive AI, and the final version, the futuristic version, that is Gen AI. Okay, so how many people, I have saw that only 2 or 3 people has raised their hand in that AI is already been there in SOLIDWORKS. So AI is already been there in SOLIDWORKS since last 5 to 6 years. Okay, so you can see we are not replacing the design engineers. AI will never replace the design engineers. We have to be on top of the technology. We have to upskill on that design community. So what we will do with the AI? We will minimize that repetitive task. Okay, whatever we are doing. If you see, sir has given the great example that whenever you are searching on Gmap, okay, if I take the example of Uber, Ola, whenever you are taking a cab or booking rides from your home or from your office, automatically you will get that first option. If you are leaving from the office at certain time, the first option will get the home location. So that is not more or less, it is predictive AI. That is predicting based on your time, based on your data that you are using, okay, on a day-to-day lifestyle. So we'll see the assistive AI, that you can see repair sketch relations option. How many are struggling still with the dangling dimensions, that yellow error, red error in SOLIDWORKS? So if you want to repair that sketch relations, okay, so we have one option, that is display sketch and relations. Okay, if you go there and just click one button to repair all the dangling dimensions, it will replace all the dangling dimensions within a sketch. That part model consists of sketch, that all dangling dimension, the yellow dimension, will get repaired automatically on a single click. So this is assistive UI. Okay, how many of them, they are using this fillet, chamfer, or you can say extrude cut. Okay, so during using fillet, when you are doing right click, okay, there you will get some closed loop options, okay, that we'll see on selection accelerators, okay. So if you want some closed loop fillet or on the face or on the body, so you are getting that multiple options, 5 to 6 options there, so that you can use while creating a part model. So that is it is assisting you that you may require this particular feature when modeling that particular part. Okay. Then driven cellularity part feature. How many people are sharing their data to step file or IGS file with the external stakeholders? How many people are sharing their data with the SLD PRT file? No one. Yeah, one people. Okay. So that to be with the trustable partner. Okay. But if you are sharing with the some external vendor or the external stakeholder from that is completely first time. Okay. So obviously you will be little bit worry about the data security and all those things. Okay. So if you have that feature to simplify that particular part model or assembly in your SolidWorks. Okay. So we have this particular feature, driven cellularity part feature, that came in our recent update. Okay. So you can simplify that part. Part will remain same. Okay. That outer dimensions and all, but that feature tree will get eliminated. So how you have created that particular part, and even the technicalities, in-depth technicalities of the part model will get defeatured. Okay, so he will only able to see the outer dimensions and the model, the preview of the model. So he will not able to edit that model. He will not able to see the feature tree of that particular model. Okay, we'll see how many are still struggling with the missing mat references whenever they are dealing with the large assembly. Great. So now we are having this particular feature. If you are clicking on the overall mat option, or if you are clicking on some particular mat, like whether it is error with the concentric mat or any other mat, so if you are dealing with that error, you just have to right click and you have to repair that mat references on a single click. That will be get repaired automatically. Just what action needs to be taken, you just have to see is it done, is it functioning as per your need or not. But it will repair automatically in a single shot. So this is what it's a repairing missing mat references. How many have used pattern driven component pattern? So this is already been done since SolidWorks 2023 version. So this is what we are telling, that AI was already been there in SolidWorks, but it's in the other forms. Okay, so it may assist while you are using, while you are doing the detailing design. Okay, the next thing is auto fastener recognition and pattern. So it's also recent update that we have received in this June month only. Okay, so it will assist whenever you are doing repetitive mat assembly. Okay, so the all hardwares, so that holes, how many of using hole callouts? So if you know hole callouts and you are using the tool library of the SolidWorks, so it will take automatically that fastener to that hole, and it will auto fastening mat will happen. So this feature has been added recently, just before 3 months. So these all the 6 features are in the form of assist UI, which will assist you during your workflow. Now we'll see some prediction that I have given one example of Uberola. Okay, so this is the great feature. We'll see all this feature in detail in upcoming slides. So automatic generative drawings. So this will help you in creating orthographic views. Even it will create the dimension overview dimensions. So basic GAD drawing, what we are preparing during the proposal timing and all those project status. Okay, so during that you need some orthographic views with the dimensions, basic dimensions, with the tolerances and all. So that will create the auto-generative drawing you can create with the help of the SolidWorks. So this is predictive AI. The next one is command predictor. So if you are modeling, here we have taken this one example. Okay, so here you can see you will have a command predictor tab in front. So if you are normal to doing this particular view, so it will suggest automatically sketch related functions here in the top bar. Once you create the sketch, automatically it will suggest modeling like extrude cut, extrude whatever, hole call out, all those things will be visible on the upside. So that is a command predictor. The way you are doing, based on that, the way you are proceeding, based on that, it will show the features. Okay, so that is a command predictor. Then next, AI faster recognition and pattern. So this is same which I have told last slide in assist UI, that it will help you to get fastening at the location if you are using already wall callout and standardized design. So now I will move towards the Gen AI. How many are thinking that बहुत सारे लोग एडवर्टाइज में ऐसे देखते हैं यार मैंने ऐसे ऐसे बना दिया तो वो रेडी हो जाएगा. How many thinking that it is possible, or will it be possible in future? So decal करके ऑप्शन है, कौन यूज कर रहा है अभी SOLIDWORKS में? Okay. So sometimes if you have one image, कहीं पे आप जा रहे हो, कहीं एग्जीबिशन पे जा रहे हो, कुछ आपने कुछ इनोवेटिव फाइंड किया, ठीक है. So if you have that image, or you are just doing random sketching on your paper, okay, और वो sketch मेरे को अगर 3D मॉडल में चाहिए, कैसे दिखेगा, I want to see वो fit होगा कि नहीं, simulation होगा कि नहीं, I want to see the manufacturing part, feasibility and all those things. तो अगर ये सारी चीजें मेरे को चेक करनी है with just one idea, okay, so how we can make this process fast from concept to till the production stage, okay. So with the help of this 2D mechanism feature, okay, that is just introduced in our FD03 update. So you can do with the help of image, you can create the sketch. So this you can see, I will just import one image wherever, if I take that image from somewhere, or else I have sketched that particular image on paper, I will take that image, I'll import that image in our solution, and it will create that sketch related stuff with all the lockings and that mechanism. So you can see this is very easy, which will help you to make the process fast. Okay, so it is not replacing everything from your job. It is assisting you. It's making your process fast. Okay. Now this is what I was telling, auto-generate drawings. If you have this one assembly, if you have this one particular part, okay, there if you saving that data on cloud, there you will get this option, auto-generate drawing. So if you want to generate that drawing for particular single part, you will able to see that simple orthographic views, the section view with the basic dimensions, tolerances, and even with this ballooning also you can do. Okay, so this feature has also been introduced just before 2 months. So you can utilize that data, you can put that data on cloud, and anyway everything, our personal data is on cloud, and we are moving towards the digital world only. Okay, so as Naina sir also suggested in their presentation, we should have the connectivity based on our data to just do the agile process in our manufacturing process. Okay. So how many people are doing rendering here in their system? कितनी बार system heat होता है? Okay. So just imagine with the lower configuration of your hardware, if you have the cloud, okay, so that cloud will faster your process. It will take all these cores from the cloud only. Okay, you will require moderate level this configuration, hardware configuration. With this, you will able to generate the rendered image with our SOLIDWORKS Visualize. Okay, so AI will help you to just make this process faster. Okay, so now we'll see the simulation. So based on the simulation data. Okay, so on that simulation data, whenever we are doing some design change, यार नहीं थोड़ा सा और स्ट्रॉन्ग करना पड़ेगा, या फिर ऐसा नहीं कि यार मेरे को 3 mm चाहिए था, मैनेजर ने बोला 8 mm लगा दे, 5 mm लगा दे, it will work. So when we are coming on an effective design, okay, efficient design, so we need a simulation for the validation. So okay, so if you are training that particular same data on our simulation, our solution, okay, so उसके अंदर आप जैसे रिपीटेटिव सिमुलेशन कर रहे हो, आपने एक बार उसको डेटा दे दिया, देन जस्ट यू हैव टू चेंज दैट पर्टिकुलर फीचर्स वैल्यूज ओनली. ओके, तो वो वैल्यू चेंज करना, उसको प्रिडिक्ट करके आपको सजेस्ट करना दैट इवन विद द एनालिसिस रिजल्ट्स आल्सो AI generative AI will give within a SolidWorks. So SolidWorks will recognize all that particular data patterns. Okay. So now just imagine this, all these things are already been there in SolidWorks till now, till today. If you have already one AI companion along with this, which will bring together all these things on your SolidWorks screen only. Just imagine. So this is what I was telling, where we are going. This is Meet Aura, similar like you are using a chat GPT. You will find that too in a SolidWorks screen. You already have this been SolidWorks with the cloud services. Okay, so it's not just new, it's already been there with you. Okay, so ये वही सर्च करेगा जैसे आप लोग, आपके पास एक प्राइवेट टेनेंट है, ओके, उसके अंदर आपका अप्रूवल डेटा है, अप्रूव डेटा है, डिजाइन डेटा है, ठीक है, बेस्ड ऑन दैट ओनली इट विल सर्च. अगर आपको लेट सपोज यहाँ पे मेरे को चेक करना है कि हाउ डू आई सेव माय डिजाइन टू प्रीवियस वर्जन ऑफ SolidWorks. सो एवरीवन नोज दैट नाउ वी कैन सेव 2-year previous version till the 2-year previous version of SolidWorks design. Okay, so if I want to see the process, you can just search in that Aura and you will get the answer. Even for same for the ISO and the other stuffs. So this is what I already told. It is built on the foundation which you already have. So we only suggest to use that particular thing. You already have it. You can use that. You can take the advantage of this particular technology. So this is what I have covered till now. That assistive AI and predictive AI is already been there in SolidWorks since long time, okay, and now today we are moving towards the generative AI. So all these features are coming in SolidWorks 2026, and our technical team will tell us in more detail. Okay. So now what we are thinking for the future. So what futuristic thing will come in SolidWorks tomorrow? We'll see. So this is what I am telling. If you went somewhere, you just want to click that image, you can put down the Aura, okay, and you will get that simulation ready model, manufacturing ready model. So you can see, you can assemble that particular model on your 3D CAD assembly. You will get that assembly. So this is where we are working now, and soon we'll come with this particular innovation also. So this is where we have to be, we have to reduce our non-value added task. Okay. So now here you can see this D feature thing, which I already discussed with you, that if you want to share that data with some external stakeholder, whenever you are dealing with this, that you will get whole D feature and you can convert that into the simplified design, and that to be with the that same data, like whatever from manufacturing feasibility we have created. Okay. So in this way, that data will be visible to the external stakeholder. So this is the same thing for the manufacturing. So it will not just help you with the tool path and all, but it will balance that speed along with the quality of the manufacturing product. Okay. So this is our virtual companion, that is Aura. So which will assist you while doing the LC shop floor programming. Okay. So same way in rendering also, we have to decide the camera, environment and all those stuffs repetitively whenever we are doing the renderings for the multiple times. Once you are giving that particular data that I want this environment, you just have to enter the prompt, it will create automatically. Okay. So this is what I am giving the input to the Aura based on the industrial standards. So call to action is this, what I am telling you: use Aura with your existing cloud services which you already have been there with your desktop SolidWorks. Okay. So try to generate the auto-generating drawings and fastener recognition in SolidWorks 2025. Okay. And identify the high impact workflows for AI adoption. So if you are still facing some challenges with the adapting these particular technologies, feel free to ask to our team, technical team. Okay. Explore within our organization how AI can help to achieve your goals. So you can discover on our official website, that is 3ds.com. So thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you Swapnil for a wonderful session. Thank you everyone once again to being here, and also I thanks Beacon to have this kind of event, so where we can showcase the new feature of 2026. Over to you, Vishal bhai.
Yeah. Thank you, Mahesh sir. Thank you, Swapnil. Hope you have got an idea about where SolidWorks is moving and what's there for all of us. So we'll take a quick tea coffee break. Okay. Before we break, we have a LinkedIn contest which is going on. So there's a selfie booth outside this hall. Okay. So you might have seen when you entered the hall. So there's a selfie booth. What you can do is you can take your selfies and you can scan this QR code and you can tag that image to our LinkedIn page. So with some good taglines. So we are going to select the best taglines and the best selfies. So you can take it with your group. If you have come, you can take it a single picture. And with a nice tags, if you can just put that on our Beacon's LinkedIn page. So at the end of the day, we are going to select some of the good ones, good images and the taglines, and then we'll give some good prizes for that. So you can do that. And now we'll break for tea. So we can just break and come back in 15 minutes, and then we'll start the What's New session. What's there in SolidWorks 2026. We are going to see the new features. So quick 15 minutes break and we'll be back. Thank you.
Faster than expected because we are running short of time. So just to start with, this render was made in SolidWorks Visualize, right? So isn't it looking industry standard compatible? So today's data set is of company. Its name is Vermeer, and And in 2006, we used their data set for similar innovation there. So after 2 decades, we are again with the same data set, but you can see how they are using the technologies and they have evolved with us. And when we say we do care about our customers, this is how it looks like. So from 2025 to 2026, we had total 420 functionalities being added. So we will also look back at few functionalities that were addressed in all the service specs. Now, this machine, it is called horizontal directional driller, and it is used for laying out the fiber optic lines, power cables, etc. So this is the agenda for today's What's New session. I have excluded few of them, but yes, there are a lot of enhancements. One thing is, when I speak about keywords like AI, or if the slide showcases cloud platform, then those features will be exclusive to 3D Experience SolidWorks or SolidWorks using the cloud services. They won't be available in regular desktops, right? So starting with first, that is the highlight section. So everywhere we have a very key enhancement that SolidWorks introduces, and that is the reason it is called highlight. Like we had in 2023, we were able to save the SolidWorks file in previous 2 versions, right? Like 22, 21, etc. So let's look at the highlight section. We have an accelerated design workflow, precision filtering as well as design variation with governance. So what does it mean? Say you are using the large assembly and you want to work upon few parts or sub-assemblies itself, right? So like this is a huge assembly and they just want to work upon few parts or sub-assemblies. So what we will do is, we have now functionality on the cloud platform. We'll go over there, we will add those parts and assembly only. You have a filter that can expand from parts, sub-assemblies to the top level assemblies. We will select them and then add them. Now, once I have added them, I will save it. Come back to the SolidWorks, I will search that particular sub-assembly, drag and drop, and now I will be able to work on those parts or sub-assembly itself. It doesn't end over here. Say you have a system, like your sub-assemblies or assemblies are divided into systems. I am going, say, hydraulic section, I am selecting it. Now, inside that also, you have ability to select by volume and few other parameters, so that my focus remains intact, and also you can change the maturity state and assign it to the tasks. Now, you can reuse those filters. You can see I have created those filters. So when we speak about the collaboration or using, like you want your whole team to share the common data, right? This is how you can share those filters, others can use it, and you have like focused way of working. So now you can release those sub-assemblies also. So that was the key highlight. It is especially for people working in the collaboration. Now coming to the part level. So what do we have? We have enhancement in almost all the modules. So starting with the sheet metal, we have in like base flanges, you can create them by using the offset from or select these surfaces, and you can extrude them from that point instead of plane. Then you can break the corners. It was already available, but now you can select the internal corners also inside the sheet metal. Then delete with equation. Sometimes you delete the sketch and equation remains intact. So those are the redundant equations you don't need anymore. So with the sketch itself, you can now delete those equations. So the base plane. That particular sketch is created on a particular plane lying at the bottom, right? So now with this new functionality, just we used to doing the extrude, right? You go inside the sheet metal, select the base plane, and now I will select the from condition. I will select the face, and extrusion of that base plane will start from there itself. Break corners, as I said, this functionality was already available under the corners drop down, but now we can select internal corners only, or you can collect all the corners along with the outside edges. You can select in between fillet and chamfer. That was already available. Delete with the equations. So this is the sketch they are referring to. So once you can see there are two equations available, and for some reason they have decided that okay, this is the sketch I don't want. So once I delete the sketch, this familiar dialog box will appear, and it will now prompt you that okay, delete those equations, and they won't be available anymore. Structure systems, we have now dynamic preview while assigning the corners. You can link the cut list properties under the custom properties section, so that is a real great enhancement. And you can define the reference points, no need to select the existing geometry, you can assign the coordinates to it. So inside the structure systems, you can see the different color spheres would be there at the corners or the two elements where they are meeting, right? So they indicate simple two members or complex intersection of the members. So now once you click on that sphere, you can see that dynamic preview is available. Okay, what are the possible combinations, and on the fly itself, those changes will be visible at the back. Cut list properties. Initially, cut list properties and the custom properties, they were separate, right? You cannot link them directly. But in 2026, we have now ability to link this cut list properties inside the custom properties. So you can see in the under the custom properties and the drop down. Initially, it was properties and units, but now you can link the custom properties, cut list properties also. Reference points, as I said, under the reference geometry, we didn't have definite position with numeric values previously. Now you can assign the coordinates, and those points will be specifically generated on the given coordinates. Bounding boxes. In the last enhancement also, bounding boxes were refined. So that was best fit as well as custom plane. But in 2026, now you have a greater control. So you can select the coordinate system. And also you can define the X, Y, and Z direction, so that whenever you want to describe the name or the bounding box properties, you can see the length, width, and height, thickness. You can assign the direction as per your wish. So in 2025, you are able to extend your flange length by specifying the vertex inside the edge flange command. You can import the dimensions by which are given by DMExpert command into the library features and reuse them. And then we have streamlined design creation that we will look at shortly. So library features, now you can see we can assign the dimensions using the DMExpert, and you can save them inside the library for the reusability purpose. So I'm saving it, and you need to check that option, include the MBD dimensions. Once it is saved, and I am opening another part, you just need to simply drag and drop that bold circle, and yeah, that dimension is already appearing. Initially, the manual dimensions only were appearing for the basic dimensions. Streamlined design creation. Now you can easily add the attributes, or we say the custom properties. So in the desktop, viewer start modeling as soon as we select the template. But when you use the 3D Experience SolidWorks, you can see it is prompting you to add the description, add make or bought out components option is there, and the finish, like whatever the finish you assign. So it is prompting you to select few of the important properties. Back in 2025, we had little enhancement on the user interface side. So the pin commands, when using the fillets or chamfer, you will assign the fillet, and that command will be accepted. But you can now pin that particular option and assign as many fillets you want, not only the single fillet itself. Sketching the squares. Once you start creating the rectangle, if you press the shift command, it will convert to the square. Multi-language support, so design table headers, you have now ability to translate in between the languages. So just we will look at the pin command. So what happens over here is you activate the fillet option. The fillet, and you can see pin that tab. So now you can select the multiple fillets at once. So it could be the different dimensions also. That will remain intact unless you click on the checkbox option twice. You can see it is assigning the fillets. It is done. Chamfer. Now it is pinning the particular tab. You can select the edges. Confirm. It is still over there. Moving on to the assemblies. Always the expectations are there that assembly environment should keep improving and become better and better. So we have cosmetic change indicator. Now just to explain you like in very simple term what cosmetic changes are, right? So if there is no addition or removal of material or addition of components in the at the assembly level, then those changes won't be counted as cosmetic changes. There won't be any changes in the weight or any particular properties. Fastener automation we have already seen by the presentation given by the Dassault system people. So cosmetic changes. I am opening this particular part and you can see I am changing the dimension of pane. So that is the cosmetic changes. It is not affecting my part for to say there is no addition of material or removal of the material. It will show the asterisk sign that okay, there are some changes in your file and you need to save it. I am hiding the plane. So all these are the cosmetic changes. You delete it, it doesn't make any change. I am moving these sketches. You can see there with this sketch there is no feature, 3D feature associated. I am bringing the decal, I am placing it on the face. Again, it is not making any adding material or removing the material. Also the dynamic changes, unless you accept it, also falls under the cosmetic changes only. So I am currently changing the appearances. You can see the dynamic preview. You see it is changing, but I am not accepting that change, right? So once I save this assembly, it will tell me that okay, these files, there are few cosmetic changes that has happened. So this is a really great time saver, especially if you are using the large assemblies. Going back in 2025, you have this disable the auto resolve. So what happens is you have opened the assembly in lightweight mode, and once you select any assembly and expand it, what will happen is they will get resolved. All the components will get resolved, right? All the geometry and parameter will get loaded. So under the system options, now in 2026, what you can do is you can uncheck, see auto resolve highlight. You can uncheck it, and what will happen is even though you expand those particular sub assemblies, it will still remain in the lightweight mode itself. So we have already seen the auto generating drawings capabilities. Another is magnetic line for annotations, not the dimensions. So you on the way when you create the magnetic line, all the annotations will fall on that particular lines. Breaking the dimensions. Now this is a really good one. Let's see its power in the video itself. So first of all, magnetic lines. You can see all the notes and the annotations at the bottom. I am creating the magnetic line and all of them are being placed on that particular line itself. Not only that, if you have magnetic line already created, just drag it and it will attract all those annotations on that particular line. Break dimensions line. Now this is a really good enhancement on housekeeping side, right? You have these dimensions overlapping and cutting through the dimensions. So you can see once I have assigned the dimension break, hover over any dimensions and you can see that dimension line is cutting through. After you create the dimension, you need to update the dimension break just to reflect that particular new dimensions under the dimension break options. This is the new surface finish. This is actually update on the standards, ISO standards. So 21920, this has been, I think, a few customer has been requesting, is it incorporated? But in 2025 it wasn't. Now you have standard as per the 21920 ISO standard. There is just an additional horizontal line on the surface finishing symbol. Now, flattened BOM. You can reflect the total quantity of the components using this flattened BOM, which was not initially happening while using the indented BOM or other BOMs. Display state filtering. So you can, you have any configuration if it is activated and you have associated display state to it, then you can now activate that in the drawing environment also. Say for example, now family table. You have a small component which has multiple configuration, and now you want to export those configuration table in the drawing, then now it is possible with family table functionality. So let's look at flattened BOM. So you can see, look at item number 5. It is the sub-assembly. It has its subcomponents, roller surface and roller bearing. The roller wheel assembly, it has 3 quantities, but beneath that you can see those parts, it is not actually in the multiples. So that is the key enhancement over here. Okay. So just focus on the quantity. Now I will select the table and change it to the flattened BOM. Now you can see it is appearing in the multiple. So just to have the flattened BOM to reflect the total number of quantities. Display state BOM filtering. You have this configuration. Okay, it is putting the BOM, and this configuration is activated, and under that only it is asking now to link to the display state, any of the display state that you want. Family dress. So this is a very small component. It is a pin, and you can see there are 4 configurations, right? Now inside the drawing, under the tables, select the family table, and that configuration table will directly export it to your drawing. Cut list IDs, while saving it onto the 3D experience platform, you have all these bodies, like cut lists are made up of bodies, right, inside the part environment. So all of them will be individually saved on the platform, and from there you have like so much things to do with this particular bodies. Display expressions and the revision table. Let's look at the video quickly about it. So cut list IDs. These are the separate IDs that are saved on the cloud platform. But there is a difference in the units. This cut list ID initially uses their own documents, own unit settings. But you can change them by going under the system options, document settings. So document settings. You can see that is the difference in the units. So now what you can do is under the system options or under the document properties, we have now option to match those particular cut list IDs with your existing document unit settings. So once I go back to the, save it to the 3D experience and not the local desktop hard drive. You can see now it is reflecting to match your document unit settings. Display expressions. Many times we create the nodes, assign the properties, and we don't know what that property is, right? You go into the sheet format and then look at it, okay, what was assigned over here. But now in 2026, we have an additional feature. So over here, this is where the playground of that particular option is there, right? So I'll go under the view, annotation text expression. So it will tell you that, okay, these are the properties that I have assigned to this particular nodes. You can place it in your mouse gesture also for quick access. Revision tables. So many times we go over many revisions, right? And the revision table itself, it gets cluttered. Then what you can do is you can assign the, under the document properties, you have ability to control what revisions you want to see. So under the revision, I will say that, okay, at any point of time I want to see the first revision, then it will appear. Row count of 2, it will tell you that, okay, only 2 revisions should be visible in my drawings. But yes, you can see the alphabets. A, it is hiding B, C, and D. It is not deleting from the table itself. Coming to the MBD, model-based definition, or the DIM expert, right? So now you can quickly hide and show the dimensions. So initially, once you hide those dimensions, it was very hard to retrieve them back. So now you can hide and show them very quickly, and also filter the DIM expert annotations, like you write the position, datum, etc., and it will filter all those dimensions. So you can see I have added in my flyout menu, and I'm hiding them. To show them, just go to the same option, show annotations, and now you just need to click. The hidden ones will appear as grayed out dimensions. Routing. There are a few enhancements on the routing also. improved covering for pipes and tubes. You can add the layers, you can save them in your favorites and reuse them. Then on the electrical side, you can use the sketch guided auto route to quickly assign the path of your route. Sketch template flat, yes, now this one is a really good enhancement, we will see in the video itself again. So piping, you can see I'm selecting the pipe, I'm editing the covering, assigning the materials that I want to give it to that cover, assign the thickness, apply. You can, another layer I want to edit. So again, same process I will repeat. I will add the material, apply the dimensions, and another layer will get added. Now the real part comes is you can add them in the favorite also. So I'm saving it as a vermeer, and you can see it is already appearing. So quickly now, if you want to reuse it, select another segment. I'm going at the bottom and selecting, like edit the coverings, select the segments that you want to assign the covers, and nothing, you just need to select that vermeer, apply, and the coverings will be applied. Sketch guided auto route. So electrical cables are always flexible, right? So in this new enhancement, what you can do is you will select your connectors and place it at the, they are placing it behind the fan, right? And I have already, now you can also use the in-context sketches also. This one was separately created, but yes, you have ability to create your own sketches, or you can derive it from another part or assembly edges that are appearing. And you can see with that single click, it has already taken its route and going back at the bottom. Sheet formats. Whenever you change the sheet sizes, right, your tables, drawing views, everything get messed up, right? So in this new enhancement, you can see I'm changing my sheet size from D to E. So what will happen is aspect ratio will be maintained. All you need to do is resizing those tables so that it becomes visible. So I'm changing again to C. You can see, yeah, everything is fitting. You just need to resize them, nothing else. So for rendering, we have already seen so many things, and we will be also going to look into the technical communication session. So I am just highlighting what the enhancements are. So inside the SolidWorks itself, our library, material library was very primitive. So they have upgraded it to DSPBR to reflect the, like to match the real-time reflection. So DSPBR is nothing but the Dassault Systems physically based rendering materials. So it was initially reserved for SolidWorks Visualize, but now these materials are available in our SolidWorks itself. Render from SolidWorks. If you want to quickly render, photo view is already gone. You can access Visualize from SolidWorks environment itself. So you can see render to Visualize without leaving SolidWorks environment. Stellar fast mode for AMD support. Now we can say that we are supporting all the GPUs, be it NVIDIA or AMD, for stellar mode functioning. Fast mode was already shown in the Dassault Systems presentation. So now there are a few good news for design heads and managers. Import model is the background process. When you are importing the models, initially SolidWorks would consume everything and it won't allow you to work. So now import models will work like you have seen in the auto generating drawings, right? It was working in the task pane, and once done it will tell you that okay, the function is completed. So import model in the background, so that is a real good enhancement. Selection filters, initially it was for points, lines, edges, faces, etc. Now it has expanded its filtration to feature as well as at the body level. So let's look at like in the video itself. So background importer, go in the task pane, you have import model option. I click on it, select the files, add them, and you can continue working in the SolidWorks. It will, in the background, it will keep on importing the models. Selection filters. Now you can see at the bottom, so this is filter the component. Now that is a small assembly using that lever. I select it and it will select all the components falling under that sub-assembly, and you can change the appearance of all of them. Filter the features, same thing. So select one of the faces and all the faces under that particular feature will be selected, and you can change the dimension, apply the appearances in the single click. Selecting the large number of bodies. Now D feature you might have seen, right? We were able to select the components by the percentage sizes. Same goes for the bodies also now. Dismiss messages. Now this is really important. We just check the dialog box that okay, I don't want to see this dialog box any point of time in future. But sometimes it is really important to see those dismissed messages. So now SolidWorks remind you in the bottom that okay, there are dismissed messages for this particular operation. Do you want to see those or not? Rebuild performance, as I said, for the assembly there are always expectations. We will see in the video itself. Select bodies by the size. So you can see this is the imported bodies. Select bodies by the size. There is this slider. Go up to 5%, 10% relative to the parent features size it is selecting. And once you check that option, all those particular bodies will be highlighted in the feature tree also. And also we have volume selection. So you can see bounding box will appear and everything intersecting that particular bounding box will be selected. Dismissed messages, as I said, we just, like it in our routine habit, we just hide them. So at the bottom it tells you that okay, there is one message, it is hidden for this particular operation. Rebuild performance, just look at the difference of the timing. Okay. It is not working, but yes, from 25 to 26, the rebuild time has improved by 30%. So if there is a pattern of this particular assembly, in 2025 it used to take 30 seconds to rebuild, but in 26 it is taking just 20 seconds to rebuild, so more than 30% of time saving. Dynamic scaling, if you have two monitors and if their outputs are not matching, SolidWorks will tell you that okay, do you want to carry forward the display settings of the first monitor or not? So now you can save the individual configurations. So in 2025 you were able to select the configuration on your desktop only, but now you can save those configuration on 3D Experience platform also, be it a configuration of part or assembly. You can connect with your peers by using the 3D Swim functionalities within the SolidWorks environment itself, and you can separate the groups if you want, like there is a manufacturing guy you want to interact with or design team, etc. You can see on 3D Experience platform, when you save the configuration separately, those are called the physical products. So just check any of them and you can save it to the cloud platform also. You can reuse the same or save it as a new assembly itself, and it will keep all the references of those particular parts intact. Connect with the peers, as I said, in the task pane itself, you have ability to converse with your peers. Ask them the doubts, share your knowledge, everything from the task pane itself. They can reply and everything you will get notified over here only. Conversation with the groups, nothing but you keeping where things organized. So you can see design team is there, sales team is there. I'm creating manufacturing team and I'm dragging and dropping that particular conversation into the under the manufacturing team option. Drawing stamping, now this is again automating the things, because just you want to avoid the manual errors. We'll see those in the videos. Again, saving the cut list items to the 3D Experience platform. You have seen the cut list IDs, right? So this is what it is reflecting to. And 3D Swim integrations, you want to have everything at the one place and access all the data at the one place, and that is a really good enhancement in the 3D Swim communities. Drawing and stamping, as I said, checked by, approved by, all these things are really important, right? But then we have already a designated particular person for those tasks. So once you approve it, there is an auto route in the background it will perform, and you can see designer, manager, those names will appear automatically. So just you can avoid the manual errors for typing. 3D Swim integration, as I said. So this is the community where you can interact. For that, you need to have so much of data, right? Now there is an enhancement under the drop down. You can see already there were many things, posts, wiki, etc. Now we have project, issue management, bookmark editor, everything available under the single umbrella of home unities. It just help you to decide and access the data very quickly. So I'm selecting the project and it will give me the highlight, okay, what is the current status of the project and what are the risks, milestones achieved, task ongoing, etc. Finally, so that was all about the data management on the cloud, but still product data management at the server level is still available on your premises. But yes, as in the previous session, Naina sir asked, Mahesh sir asked, like how many of you are using product data management functionalities, right? And very few of hands were raised. So let's understand what SolidWorks PDM is about, right? It is nothing but the data management system that helps organization to secure, store, manage, and control the product design data. But what do we mean when we say store, manage, and control, right? Store, centralized storage for whole organization. Already your data is on the server, right? So in the PDM also you can use the same concept, sharing the CAD as well as non-CAD data. So everything is stored at the one place, what we call it as a vault, where all the data is being stored. You can, when you want to work on particular assembly, you just check out that assembly work and you just check in. So it is creating a local cache on your hard drive. It is not taking that assembly from the server itself. So there is no lag in your working at all. Without PDM, what you will do is you will access the server, you will access the assembly from the server. It will take so much of time. And also, if someone is accessing that data, it wouldn't stop it from accessing those data. So once you save it, whoever saved the first will override all those data. Managing. So what do we mean by manage, right? So there are workflows that are created in the PDM. So as we have seen, right, auto approval process. So all the design by, check by, those things were appearing by themselves. So same thing, we have a workflow over here. You can approve the changes, review them, release them. Everything is integrated in the workflow itself. Relational references. When you move data from the server to your own PC or within the server itself, there are chances that the references would be broken. PDM is smart enough to identify that, okay, this particular part or sub-assembly is linked to this assembly and the references will remain intact. History of changes. Whatever the changes are done, they are saved in separate versions. So you can, at any point of time, you can go back to the particular version depending on how many versions you have assigned to access, 20, 30, etc. Control. Permissions are essential part of the PDM. You cannot assign simply by putting the data on the server. So you have a permission based on at the user level, or if you want to assign at the group level, or what we say is the department, like manufacturing, design, marketing, etc. So that control is available, and the control permissions are huge, I mean. So restricted access on who can view the files, edit or delete the files, approve or release the design. So you can see this is a very refined level of control that you can get through the PDM. At the end, what PDM does, it nothing but saves the money indirectly. So see this slide. If you are a manager, head, owner, etc., and I have particularly circled few things. And if you are saying that, okay, we are not facing this issue, then I mean, that is just out of the box that companies, I mean, the way they are handling things, right? Lost or overwrite the data using the wrong versions. You are, because of that, you are always late to the market, right? So if anything you want to discuss about this, you can meet me outside and we can have a in-depth discussion on this one. So you can see your revenue, how it gets churned, right? It goes into the design, procuring the things, building your designs, selling them, servicing, and then comes your profit. And this ensures that, okay, at the design level, you don't fail. It is first in the pipeline. So let's quickly go through the enhancement at the PDM, in SolidWorks PDM. Transfer the ownership. Say for example, a user left the organization and it has checked out few of its data. Say the hard disk of that particular person has crashed. What happens in that case, right? You can transfer the ownership. So you can see this particular sub-assembly we are referring to. In the task pane itself, everything is accessible. I am saving it. So this person is the manager, what it will do is simply by right clicking on that particular assembly, it will transfer the ownership. So once the ownership is transferred, you can again check in your data back to the SolidWorks PDM. It is simple, like it is as simple as it can get, right? So no need to worry about like what happens if the data remains checked out and some accident happens. Folder access rights. So just how granular this permissions becomes, right? So there is a permission that is being assigned to a manufacturing guy that okay, this is the folder and there are folder under the folder under the folder, and you want to assign only this for manufacturing folder permissions to this particular person. His name is Mitch, right? So you can see I'm assigning the permissions. Going inside the folder, there could be so many data inside this folder itself. He is not able to see anything except the permission he is being assigned to for this particular folder. He is just taking the PDF of the drawings and he can get out of this PDF. Fine-tuning the searches. The reason I have kept this particular enhancement is because sometimes you want to reuse the assembly which is say 2-3 years old, right? And all you remember is that okay, there was gear in that assembly or some particular component inside that assembly. You don't remember the part number. So this is functionality is called the wildcard, implicit wildcard functionality. So what it does is simply I will check that particular option, and now over there I will write that okay, it was a gear assembly kind of thing. Just see the keywords it is using, and you can see that part number is there, not a name. And it was in the description. It has fetched that particular word gear and ASSY assembly, and it is showing me. Convert the task. So the file conversion along with the version control is possible. You can see there are so many conversion tasks available. .sht file. So up to the 33 version, it is possible to convert. Same thing goes for the Parasolid files. I think the latest version is 37, but up to 35.1, you can automate the task of converting the files into the Parasolid. So there are a lot of scripting and customization that you can do when coming to the convert task. Archive the workflows. This is the last one. So say there are workflows that you don't want to use currently. So you can archive those workflows. But again, some things happen and you want to reuse them. Simply go under the archived workflows, right click, unarchive them, and that workflow is now ready to use. As simple as that. So these were the key functionalities introduced in major modules of SolidWorks 2026. There are a lot many, but given the I'm time bound to showcase all of them. So I hope you enjoyed the what's new functionalities, and thank you. Moving on to the new session. Thank you everyone. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks, Jahan. As Jahan told that there are a lot more functionalities than what we just showed. These were some of the functionalities, some wow features that we tried to get it out and show it to you. But if you want to see the other functionalities, you can anytime contact our team, and our team will also reach out to all our customers and will do an extensive presentation on that. So moving ahead, I would like to give the stage to Mr. Vinod, who is our business head for additive manufacturing. You might have seen the 3D printer is kept outside, and Vinod will let us know what makes Formulas the best printer in the market today. Thanks. Over to you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Good afternoon all. Myself, Vinod, I head the 3D printing business at Beacon. Thanks for coming in. Obviously, you see SolidWorks. With SolidWorks, you accelerate design innovation, and with 3D printing, we say accelerate prototyping to an extent that you make protos in quick succession. We at Beacon, we have been working with all of you for the SolidWorks software, and over time we felt that there's a need for a solution which can complement what you're doing with design. So then we introduced the Formlabs solutions so that you can all have a complementing solution to have the prototyping also to be done. So we are tied up with a company called Formless. Formless is a US-based company, and they manufacture the world-class 3D printers, which are basically SLA and SLS-based 3D printers. I'll quickly start off with a small video to give you an understanding of what it does. Audio?
And Form 4L. Accelerate the way you work. With 3D printing technology that's blazing fast. And ideal for solving any problem, regardless of size. Keep your production running with an unmatched print accessory. Built on reliable hardware that was engineered for years of use. To use your time most efficiently, leverage a workflow anyone can learn in 15 minutes. Featuring instant material changes, comprehensive software, and automated post-processing. Produce stunning parts that rival injection molding. And always fit. With 50-micron pixels, advanced pixel smoothing, and light touch support. Tackle any problem with our ever-expanding range of high-performance resins, or opt for open material mode to use any resin. And customize your print performance with Print Settings Editor. Built on our next-generation low-force display print engine, featuring a high-power backlight unit, light processing unit, proprietary release texture, and a flexible film bank. Form 4 and Form 4L deliver extreme speed, reliability, and print quality at any scale. A new era of industrial 3D printing.
Okay, that was about the SLA-based 3D printers from Formlabs. So there's an assumption that every time you go for a 3D printer, you'll have to use a file format which is acceptable for the 3D printer. Not anymore. If you are using SolidWorks, you can directly use the SolidWorks files. Part files directly being imported to the 3D printer for printing. So you don't have to convert the files anymore. We have already integrated the SolidWorks files to be there. So the Form 4L is basically a larger format 3D printer. Currently what you have looked outside is a Form 4, which has a build of about 200 by 125 by 210. But the Form 4L is a little bit bigger, and it works on a technology called masked stereolithography. In masked stereolithography, we have an array of LEDs on the bottom, which basically provides the required light, UV light, to cure the resins. We use liquid photopolymers here. The photopolymer conversion happens basically from the light which projects, and there is a lens array which basically makes sure that the light is always perpendicular. Always you see 3D printers with resin based, which won't give you high precision because they do not have the light to be always perpendicular. The light always gets scattered in most of the printers. But here in this case, we are controlling it through our patented technology of masking the light by using an LCD, which is called the LPU4. And we also have the build platform, which is flexible. If you squeeze the build platform, the components automatically come out. You don't have to force it out or remove it from the build platform itself. We have a proprietary resin tank, which makes sure that your component comes out as good as possible every time you take the print, and the repeatability in this particular case is very high. So we have a lot of sensors attached to it. We have a mixer, we have a backlight panel, we have the liquid resin, we have the build platform, printed component, everything together in this particular image, just to give you an understanding how the printing happens. The mixer basically makes sure that you won't lose out on material if at all you have a failure which occurs in between. So you not only get the printer, so due to concerns of logistics, we only have the printer here, but every time you go for a printer, you also get the wash and the cure unit, which is basically makes it a complete ecosystem wherein you can print, wash the components and cure the components and make sure that you get the desired mechanical property from the material itself. The max speed of the printer is about 80 mm per hour. So you would have seen I had printed some components. It took about an hour and 20 minutes to print close to about 7 sets of the angle bracket. So similarly, you print on a 4L, you can print anything mostly under 6 hours, because the entire build of 353 by 196 by 350 can be printed in less than about 6 hours. So that is the capability of this printer. So we have variety of different materials to do that. So what you saw outside is a 4, and the 4L is about 4.6 times larger to accommodate most of your components, even if you're printing larger components at your facility. So huge parts you can print as big as a steering wheel in the printer, the 4L printer. So this has been tried out by multiple automotive OEMs to do this. And not only that, you can print about 228 biocompatible components in about 8 hours and 44 minutes in this. Just imagine having about 228 components in that particular build. So you can do that as well with using the 4L 3D printer. We also have something called the build platform flex. Possibly I can display that to you later when you are during the lunch break. I could take out the components that have been printed. The similar thing is available on 4L also. Just with the squeeze of a button, you take out all the components. You don't have to force the component out of the build platform. Getting into the different varieties of material that we have a general purpose category of materials. We have tough category, rigid, flexible, which is basically a rubber kind of material. If you are into sealants, if you want flexible materials, we have silicon, which is the only 3D printable silicon available with anybody. And then we have specialty materials like high temperature, electrostatic dissipative, and flame retardant also. We are also into dental and medical applications. If you find any dental lab or you have a dentist in your community who is looking for going digital, then you can always recommend Formlabs to them. We can always touch base with them and discuss with them on that particular print as well. But for the engineering case, we have close to about 28 to 30 different materials available. Based on the material requirement, you can always choose the right material for yourself. I just want to highlight on this particular slide because I'm in Gujarat and I know this is where a lot of jewelry prototyping gets done. So if you also have some jewelry customers, jewelry references, you can always refer them to us. You can actually print on our TrueCast material, wherein you can just straight away design on the software, then print it, and then post-cure it and take it to the direct investment casting process, wherein you make wax-based print material, put it into a slurry, and then go for the direct manufacturing of jewelry. So anybody who's willing to go digital there as well, this is the best case for this. I was actually interacting with my colleague to look at opportunities for this in Rajkot. Obviously, you do know a lot of people here. If you see somebody who's interested in this, you can refer. Consider yourself as a customer if you have investment casting applications. Please talk to us. We have particular case studies for that, and we can discuss with them as well. So just to give you an understanding, the entire bicycle seat was printed in under 2 hours 37 minutes. That was a huge component. It was earlier in all the SLA printers, large SLA printers would take about 21 hours. We can print the same under 2 hours and 37 minutes now. That's the kind of speed that our printers can give you. Similarly, if you see the large builds in this particular use case was printed under 3 hours. So that's how fast you can realize your prototypes. So you can always compare what kind of components that you are doing and obviously discuss with us to take this ahead. We also have something called as a SLS workflow, wherein we use selective laser sintering based technology, wherein we use powder-based raw material. So this is basically for end use. Whatever I spoke till now could be used for prototyping and to an extent production, but this is always production. Just quickly running through a small video to make you understand what it does.
SLS 3D printing, a powerful tool. Originally accessible by our easy-to-use printer, they created the fastest growing community of SLS users in the world. But lately, the world demands we iterate faster than ever. So we made our next generation printer twice as fast. Introducing Fuse 1 Plus 31, a compact SLS printer with an industrial punch. Unlock same-day printing with industrial
Yeah, that's about our production grade machine. So basically, it has a build chamber, and then the laser, which is very high powered here, introduces high heat laser, so which cure, or sinter the powder and will layer by layer create your components. These can be used for short batch productions. Few of our customers are taking out their injection molding line and using only the SLS based 3D printers because they have production requirement of about 500 to 1000 units. Then they don't have to go for a mold, which is very expensive. They can directly go for a printing of this. This can help you in prototyping, but this is mostly used for production. Do look at this as an option wherein you can go for short batch productions. The workflow is very simple. It's basically preparation on the CAD file into our slicing software, setting up the printer, printing, depowdering, and post-processing. What I didn't show is another inclusive environment, which is called a blast, wherein you don't have to manually blast the component, but you just throw it into the bucket and it automatically does the job, and also polishes it to a level wherein it is die ready. One question is, why get a 3D printer in-house? Because a lot of 3D printing service bureaus are there who do 3D printing services for you. So why do you need a 3D printer in-house? Just to answer that, I have a small working calculation. You see, for all of this, which is basically what I printed out today, it took about 1 hour 17 minutes, and it has consumed about 216 ml. Based on that understanding, if you work out the costing, so 21 quantity, 216 ml, the material into cost outsourced 50 rupees. Even if you take 50, people charge about 70 there, but I'm charging only 50 here. Your cost would be 10,800. But if you have a printer in-house, then your cost would be 10 rupees per ml, which is basically about 2,160. You can see the difference of the cost that you're paying when you're outsourcing. So when you send it out, you send out your components, you're losing out on money, you're losing out on your intellectual property. Instead of that, if you have a printer in-house, you can save a lot of money, and your total return on investment would be coming back in a year's time. I'm taking a maximum time of a year. If you are printing on a regular basis, it would probably come back in about 6 months' time as well. So keep this in mind, and probably you can always send your files to us for benchmarking. We have done a lot of benchmark to multiple customers here. So you can also send your component for benchmark. We can print a benchmark for you to validate the printer. If you are planning to buy a printer, you kindly send your files. We have printed some of these components for our customers wherein they have bought the machine. You can print clear components, you can print flexible materials. The last image there is a two-wheeler grab rail, which you basically hold to pull the vehicle to apply a stand. So that was printed in 4 parts in a smaller printer and put together. So you can do that as well. So on this particular event day, we wanted to announce a $500 discount or a material discount when you buy the printer. This is there available till 30th of December. So any new purchase till December 30th, you will have a $500 worth of material which comes along with the printer. You can always use this offer, and we'll also send out an email to you after this event with a code, which basically will help you in terms of applying this. And also there is a referenda. This is basically for existing customers, but you can also take advantage of this. Any referrals that you want to give, you can send it to us. Basically the referrals get converted to points, and then we offer out resins to them. You can also reach out to us if you are willing to buy a printer. If you want to suggest a printer to somebody, you can always reach out to us, and we can work out a number for you as well. And thanks again. So if you are willing to send a file to us, always come back to me. You can collect my card. You can send out an email to me, and I can arrange for the benchmarking sample for you. Thank you all. Thanks for the time.
Yeah. Thanks, Vinod. So without any delay, I'll just call upon Mr. Swapnil. So it's a quiz time. So take out your phones. We'll be having a quick quiz. So there'll be an Menti app. We'll share a QR code which you need to scan.
time I'm not with the presentation. We'll see how much attentive you are. So we'll start with the quiz. Please take your phones in your hand. We'll scan the QR code and we'll get into the mentimeter.com. If you are facing any challenge, we have our internal team, so you can ask them. Anyone facing a challenge for scanning QR code? आप लोग वेबसाइट पे जाके कोड भी डाल सकते हो. You can go www.menti.com. The code is 46553979. Code is 46553979. Great, I can see almost 94 people has joined till now. We'll start once 100 people will join. Okay. Anyone still trying and not able to join? Okay. So we'll good to go now. The instructions are answer should be correct and your speed will get better here. Okay. So जो ज़्यादा fast answer करेगा और correct answer देगा उसका point ज़्यादा रहेगा. ठीक है. So leaderboard के अंदर based on your speed or correct answer you will get the leaderboard here. Okay. And please be attentive. We have exciting prizes, gifts for the top 3 winners. So we'll start the quiz now. First question. In which year was SOLIDWORKS founded? 1990, 1993, 1995 or 1999? I think it's an easy question, correct? Okay. We'll see the later one, correct answer now. So 83 out of you has given the correct answer. We'll see the leaderboard now. So with the 978 points, the fastest one is Sebastian, followed by Lakhan. We'll see for next question. AI evolution in SOLIDWORKS explained today by following which terminologies? Let's see the answer. Great. So 73 out of you guys, total members, has given the correct answer. We'll see the leaderboard now. You can check the flip and leaderboard. Now Akshay is leading the chart board. We'll move ahead for the next question. Custom properties can now reference cut list items. Which one not part of cut list items? Whether it's length, description, density, quantity, or total length. Which one is not a part of cut list item? You see the chart board now? Yeah, I can see the excitation in audience now. Again, Beyonce is leading the chart board, followed by Earthman. We'll move ahead for the next question now. For arranging and organizing the balloons, magnetic lines feature introduced back in. In which year this magnetic line feature has been introduced? 2005, 2013, 2012 or 2016? In which version of SOLIDWORKS? Okay. So it's 2012. So now you will find the huge fluctuation in the leaderboard. So again, Think is leading the chart board, followed by Jatin. We'll move ahead for the next question. New document property option provided for surface finish symbols conforming to the following standard. Which ISO standard? Seven people has given the correct answer. You see the leaderboard now. Again, Think is a consistent guy. Followed by love side and flow. So everyone has given some typical name only, correct? So in SOLIDWORKS 2026, UX or import includes following topics. Just now we have seen the presentation on this topic. Please don't murmur in a louder voice. So most of you have given the correct answer. Again, Think is the fastest. You can reload the browser, but don't close the browser. trace analysis. It's a very easy question, I think. We'll see the answer now. So it's a confusion. Only 22 people of you has given the correct answer. We'll see the leaderboard now. Still think he is leading the board. Last 3 questions for the day. In SOLIDWORKS Manage 2026, a new compare option has been added. What does this option enable? So I think no one has attended you in EDM and manager section. See the leaderboard now. Okay. So still top 3 are same. Last 2 questions for the day. What does RCA stand for? Don't speak. The 62 has given the correct answer. See the leaderboard now. Still think he is the fastest. Let's go for the last question. After that, we'll showcase the winners. The primary objective of TPM, that is total productive maintenance, is what is the primary objective of TPM? So 50 of you has given the correct answer. Are you excited to see the winners? I would like to call Vishal sir to stage. So let's see the leaderboard now. For final fluctuation, where the winners are, who is a thinky here?
Amazing names, right? You know who you are. I mean, it has taken automatically, I suppose. I saw Beyonce, I saw Love Sight as well. Who is thinking, by the way? Okay, please come on stage.
Who is a PR?
PR, please, sir, please.
Jatin as Park Engineering.
Jatin. So I would like to call upon Mahesh sir on stage to Hope you enjoyed. I will quickly call Mr. Theo and Mr. Ronak on stage to do the next set of presentation.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible at the last? Hello. So, good morning to one and all. Let's move on to our next presentation, that is mainstream innovation with 3D experience works. From prototype design to production ready part. First, we will hear from the founders of the Mark and Jesse about some of the challenges they were experiencing along the design production. Then we will see what a project kickoff looks like for a small team, creating a list of requirements to move a 3D prototype to a production ready or a assembly ready part. Next, we will see how 3D experience SolidWorks can help designs to be ready for tooling. Global demands requires robust packaging. We will see how team tackles and do the virtual testing onto the optimal packaging that will align with the industry standards. As the product development process moves forward, we will witness how 3D experience works, manages the product release, and then we'll dive into the marketing and sales content generation. At last, as the lead boss start to bring in some customer feedback, we'll see how the team takes in some new requirements and issues the engineering change orders.
So this would be used at like a coffee shop or fast food restaurant. We developed a machine that you leave your hand in front of and then a single sanitary distance of. We learned a lot of germ-proof heat pre-COVID, and now everyone's germ-proof. So we had a few people that saw the machine early on, and they thought, when you bring a solution to a problem that doesn't exist, and then it's third party, we create something. It's pretty much whatever the solution is, it's not always a problem for everybody. So it's a good argument. Since COVID, we haven't heard anybody say that they haven't been like, oh yeah, well, optimal resources have what we say.
Now, with a good understanding, let's move ahead with the project kickoff. Megan will start the things off and invite Ben along with him. Megan creates a new team board and start to customize it by adding an action log and inviting the team for the collaboration. These sticky notes tasks have now been added to a broader project list, where progress is monitored, communications are tracked, and final deliverables are attached. Next, we will see how Eric engineered to help migrate the prototype design onto the platform. Eric has already extracted the lead boss project files onto his computer. Adding them to the platform is as easy as simply right-click and save. He can create or add into the bookmarks that has already been created onto the platform. However, not all the data are conveniently included into the assembly that he is using. So Eric uses the batch save tool to upload the library components onto the platform and create a bookmark for the future references on the go. So we saw how Eric demonstrated that adding complex CAD data along with the custom properties and metadata to a shared cloud platform was an easy task. He was able to load an entire library of purchase components into the platform with a bulk utility upload tool. Further, we will see how rest of the team utilizes the bookmarks. With the CAD data migrated and task issued, it's time to some real design work. Eric will turn his focus on getting this part mold tool ready. Over to Theophilus.
Hello, yeah. Thanks, Ronak. Now we'll have a look at how the plastic part design is done. Right? So most of the components of the prototype of the lid dispenser, they were manufactured using 3D printing. So 3D printing is not a feasible manufacturing solution in this case, since the lid dispenser needs to be mass manufactured. Right? So Eric needs to redesign some of the components, keeping that in mind. Right? So injection molding is a feasible solution here. Right? So in order to make this part mold tool ready, and so that it can be injection molded, manufactured using injection molding, he needs to ensure that the part is ejectable out of the injection mold once the injection molding is done. So in order to do that, he needs to ensure that the faces of this plastic part, they should have a positive draft so that they can be ejected out. So he makes use of the draft analysis tool here to find out the faces that require a draft. So the faces that are highlighting in yellow, the faces that are highlighting in yellow, with the help of draft analysis tool, he can automatically select them and apply a positive draft to those faces. Right? It's just a matter of few clicks over here, which he has to do. So once that is done, Eric applies fillets to the required locations. Now fillets, not just, it improves the aesthetic look of the product, but also it improves the life cycle also of the product, right? So within a matter of few clicks, the redesign of this plastic product is done, the base component of the lid dispenser, right? He saves the new revision of this device, of this base component on the 3D Experience platform. So overall, you'll see that the 3D Experience SolidWorks, it not just has CAD capabilities of plastic part design, it also has capabilities for sheet metal design, mold tool design, as well as surfacing. Right? Now that the base component, the design, the redesign is done, he has another important question in his mind, that is, what about its structural integrity? Right, so this is the working mechanism of the dispenser, the lid dispenser. So it has a total of 4 motors in it. Right, there's a stepper motor that lifts the shuttle. There are 2 servo motors which actuate the lid grabbers, and there are servo motors on the top as well, which actuates the lid dispenser, right? Also, during the prototype testing, Eric had observed that the shuttle, the base shuttle, it deflects a lot. So he decides to run a structural analysis within SolidWorks itself to test this shuttle part, the entire base assembly. So before that, he replicates the mechanism of the base unit in SolidWorks motion analysis. In SolidWorks motion analysis on the 3D experience SolidWorks, he can run an inverse kinematic analysis to find out the reaction forces. So these reaction forces would then be applied as loads in the structural analysis, which he'll be setting up now. Now this is the geometry of the base assembly, right? It's symmetric. So he makes use of one half of the geometry by applying symmetric boundary condition. This helps in reducing the computational cost of this analysis, as well as now he provides the required boundary conditions and the reaction forces which he obtained from the motion analysis. Once the structural simulation is done, he evaluates the results. He sees the factor of safety is around 8.4, and now he'll animate the deflection results. So he observes that the maximum deflection is of around 2.6 millimeters. Now this deflection is quite excessive, right? And he wants to bring this deflection down to below 1 millimeters, because if the deflection is excessive, there's a chance that the grabber can miss the lid. He observes that there is a lot of flexure on the bottom side of the base mount. So what he does is he adds some more ribs at this location. He adds the ribs and runs another analysis. The deflection comes down to 1.5 millimeters. But still he needs to bring it below 1 millimeters. So what else can be done here? He gets on a call with Sam, the supplier for his organization, the material supplier. And the part was earlier made out of ABS plastic. So Sam suggests him a much more enhanced version of ABS plastic, that is glass fiber filled ABS plastic. So the mechanical properties are provided to Eric by Sam, and he creates a new material in 3D Experience SolidWorks, and he applies this material to the base mount. Well, he achieves his goal of reducing the deflection below 1 millimeters. You can see the previous and the current results. Eric saves this new redesign, the design revision on the 3D Experience platform. So overall, we have seen that not just with respect to CAD capabilities, the design capabilities, also kinematics, motion analysis, as well as structural simulations, all of these capabilities are on the 3D Experience SolidWorks, as well as you must have observed that the entire design revision history, it is tracked and saved on the 3D Experience platform, right? So this kind of design workflow, it becomes very much efficient for organizations who want to launch their product in this fast-paced market. Let's have a look at what the other team members are up to. Right? Megan uploads this new design on the task, and Dan accesses this new design on a browser-based app called XDesign on the 3D Experience platform. Now on XDesign, he searches for the clamp part and he assembles the clamp to the base design. Right? So using the 3D search app on the 3D Experience platform, he can easily, within a matter of seconds, he can search for this clamp file. So gone are the days where a designer needs to search through a network of folders and browse for a file. It takes quite a lot of time. So here in a matter of seconds, you can search and access a file. So with this, I'll just review the capabilities which we saw of 3D Experience SolidWorks, that is the design as well as kinematics and structural analysis, as well as browser-based design apps on the 3D Experience platform. You can access your design data at any time using any device, right? So this is something which organizations today they look for. You can share your results or the design with stakeholders whenever you want. So once the plastic part and fixture design is done, then next comes the virtual packaging design, I mean testing the package design. Now this lid boss dispenser, the lid dispenser, this device would be, it would be mass manufactured and it would be shipped to multiple locations all over the world, right? So it becomes very essential that the packaging design should be built in a proper way. If it's underbuilt, well, the customers won't be happy. Or if the packaging design is overbuilt, there may be a chance, I mean, there would be unnecessary costs involved. So in this case, Eric has yet another task where he needs to virtually validate the packaging design by conducting a drop test. Right? So using simulation capabilities on the platform itself. So what you're seeing here on the browser, on the screen is a complete different simulation workflow on the 3D Experience platform. It makes use of Abacus solver for running structural simulations. So it has a wide portfolio of meshing capabilities as well. So he meshes the packaging design and runs a drop test analysis. So he can even visualize the results while the analysis is running. So he observes that there is something wrong with the results here. I mean, the drop test behavior is not getting captured. So he stops the analysis, goes back to the setup, right? There's much more flexibility, in this case. He goes and he finds out that in the setup he has forgot to specify the initial drop test velocity. He specifies that velocity and runs the simulation again. So you can see how easy it is to switch between windows, stopping an analysis, going back, evaluating the results and all. Once the analysis is done, he can evaluate the results. He can find out what are the accelerations due to the drop, whether the accelerations during the drop impact is within the permissible limits or no. Once the results are validated, the task of validating this packaging design is complete. So to review what we've seen, SolidWorks users can now make use of 3D Experience platform and for running structural simulations using the Abacus solver, right? It's one of the leading solvers in the industry for structural simulations. Again, the simulation runs on cloud. It also comes with high performance computing capabilities. And since it's on cloud, you can run multiple iterations, multiple design revisions whenever you want. With the validation of the packaging design done, there's still more tasks left to do with respect to product release and marketing content. Let's have a look at how these tasks are completed by the team.
Hello. So as we have seen far, the 3D Experience platform provides a centralized data repository for all the design communications, all the design data that has been designed by the team onto the SolidWorks. So think about the lid boss has all the design geometry, the supported metadata is also available on the platform, and the supporting materials are also there. Now just Megan needs to connect it all together to release the components. So selecting an individual item provides a powerful cross-highlighting capabilities, which she hasn't experienced before when working with Excel. As she will be outsourcing the manufacturing, Megan needs to organize each component by how it will be made. This can be done through standardized drop-downs or can be manually entered. In order to track items with their vendors, Megan used to manually assign part numbers to the components. But now, she can simply select the components and chooses to assign an enterprise item number. The platform takes care of building the numbers for each item according to the lid boss logic and assigns them to each component. Finally, all that's left to do is formally release the base and its component by transitioning their maturity to release state. With 6W tags, Megan visualizes the model based on the lead times she has been tracking, with the orange color indicating a lead time of around 4 weeks. She uses the same tag to filter out the stepper motor. As you can see here, the orange color of the stepper motor. She clicks on the 4 weeks and this brings the stepper motor into the product release. From there, she goes into the properties tab and search for an alternative solution or the alternative motor that has already been available inside of the platform. Saved filters can be reused from one design to another and can provide powerful way of quickly reducing the list of components. This list can then be exported into a neutral CSV format. So we saw that how Megan used product release engineer to complete the definition for each component. She used some really powerful data visualization tools to identify the at-risk parts. Filtering and export was a fast way to generate external files too. We have gone through a lot from initial dashboard creation to product release. Now it's time for the updates of the Megan. Let's check back in with Megan as she reviews some of the assigned tasks. Eric was tasked with modifying any critical geometry in preparation for manufacturing. Eric has already attached the deliverables into the task, so this makes it easy for Megan to review the design. She opens the part into the browser and give a quick comparison between the two available revisions. She gets satisfied seeing the added draft and addition of ribs. Megan moves the task to the completed state. Megan clears up the rest of the team's assignment. The last task to review was for Dan to create some eye-catching marketing images. And this looks good. With the lead boss out in the field, let's jump ahead 6 months and see how the team is able to incorporate new changes or the feedbacks given by the customer. So one of the Ben's largest restaurant customer has a feedback on the product, how it could be improved for the servers that work behind the counters. Ben always has his tablet with him, so he quickly pulls out the lid boss design and begins to mark it up. He starts by including an actual image of the product for the context. Ben's customer indicates that they would like to always have a lid waiting for them, so that Ben sketches up a simple concept for a slide that the lid can land on when dispensed. Traditionally, Ben would have drafted up a long mail with pictures and sketches to send it to Megan. But now, Ben simply starts an issue directly from his markup. He fills out his recommendation and then assigns directly to Megan. Back at the office, Ben's issue shows up on the Megan's dashboard, where she immediately begins reviewing his recommendation. She moves to the attachment tabs and drag and drop the markup onto the 3D markup app. Megan's quite confident that this shouldn't be a problem. She confirms that the assembly has been attached and then tags the Ben into the comments, letting him know that she will have Eric begin to working on it. With the initial success of the lid boss, Megan needs a formal way to track these changes. With a single click, she can transition Ben's original issue into a formal and governing change action. Title and description are all copied over for her. All she has to do is right size the urgency and the due date of the change action. Now, Megan can start the formal process of building the change inside of a change action. She defines herself as the approver and assigns the work to Eric. And of course, Ben will stay informed along the way. Next, she realizes that the request will require the circuit board to be changed. She does a quick search and adds this into the proposed changes list. Once completed, all that's left to do is set the change to inward. This simple step automates all the new revisions required and notifies Eric that he needs to start working on them. Eric's been working from home. Still, he can easily access the change action directly from the SolidWorks. And everything he needs to complete this change is directly been attached into the change action itself. With a simple drag and drop, he is ready to begin making the requested changes. He models up a sheet metal slide for the lids to land on. Then he works with the team circuit board provider to add a dip switch for the requested restaurant server mode to be activated. Once the new designs are saved and frozen, Eric just needs to submit these changes for the review. With the change action submitted, Megan's been reviewing the updated circuit board. She loves the clean, elegant solution that Eric has come up with for the lid slide. All that's left to do is provide her final comments and approve the design. Ben's been focusing on growing the business and he couldn't be more happier to see the automated notification onto his platform. Clicking him takes him directly to the change action where he can quickly review the changes that were implemented, and he can see the history of it when it was signed off and by whom, providing the full traceability. Because issues and change actions are so tightly integrated, he has been also notified regarding his original issue in the approval, allowing him to fully close the loop by marking it complete. So after 6 months, it's great to see a team is using more of the 3D Experience Works application, and it was awesome to see Ben uses markups and issues to capture and track the changes or the product enhancement ideas all directly from the customer's site. So we have seen the team coming together through a collaborative team dashboard. With some guidance and communication all at one place, they were able to take on some massive industry challenge to move a prototype to production. Whenever we talk about cloud, everyone thinks of only one thing, that is security, right? How secure is my data? So let me assure you, it is as safe as you holding a key to your apartment until and unless you don't give that key to someone else. 3D Experience platform gives you 5 layers of security and one additional layer through a 2-factor authentication onto your mobile phone. Here you can see the different applications that we have used in our story, and you will be surprised to know that there are many more to this. 3D Experience platform is available in 3 packages, that is 3D Experience SolidWorks, SolidWorks plus Cloud Services, and the last one is the SolidWorks X Design. So due to time constraint, I will end my presentation here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thanks Ronak, thanks Theo. Hope you liked the story. Okay, so it was end-to-end complete collaboration and data management what we saw there. So thank you guys. So all our customers are very important to us, and they share a very unique study with every one of us. I mean, we have a different story for each one of our customers. So similarly, we have Mr. Hadik Parmar from Tradewell Group Private Limited, who will be sharing their success story with SolidWorks with us. So I'd like to call upon Mr. Hadik Parmar. Please put your hands together for Mr. Hadik.
Hello? Yeah.
Good afternoon. Okay, sure. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Hardik from Threadwell Group. I will share you some of the details. So due to time constraint, I will skip the basics. So about myself, I'm a senior manager at Threadwell Group, and I look after the engineering and designs and also the India operations. And so about me, so I am Ahmedabad alumni, masters in design, chartered engineer with Engineering New Zealand, and chartered engineer with IMEC UK as well. About Threadwell, so Threadwell is basically an Australia-based company. So we works into the composites. So we supply the products and also provide the FRP composite solutions. So it's a mix of mechanical and civil industries. So we works with the corrosive environment. The company offers a wide range of solutions with durable, lightweight, and mixed structure that requires less maintenance. And so some of the products I have mentioned here is like gratings, structural profiles, handrails, platforms, everything. So we serves in the water, mining industries, marine infrastructures. So with the composite, it has a long life. So one of the models made in SolidWorks, I'm just having that as a sample. So we work with all of the components here. It's a product plus a solutions company, that's why. So we have a presence in Australia. There are 7 number of different locations across Australia, then New Zealand, in UK as well, India, Philippines, and Malaysia. Next, so these are some of the products. It's available on website. You can go through it. I will not take much of your time in this one, but yes. So everywhere when you see a boardwalks or a walkway near the beach area, it's so we have that one in a timber or steel section. But what happens with timber has a less life, steel get corroded. So that's why FRP is a preferable solution in this one. Yeah, so this is our business process. So just giving you an overview of the whole process. So we work with the concept design. So whenever we have something from the client side, so we work on the concept design, then we share that details with the client. And once we get an order confirmation with to and fro communications and all, then we get to a project. So it goes to the project planning team. The planning team define the different processes. Then it goes to the design department. The designers create a 3D model and work on the GA. It goes to the client. There will be several revisions. It includes as a change management. And once it is finalized, we release the drawing. Now, why I'm saying so in detail, there are a number of other steps as well, but I'm mentioning only the key areas. So we had several challenges. So I mentioning only few of them in details. So challenges, one is a SharePoint. So we use the SharePoint for data storage. That creates a number of data in a bulk. All of you are aware with the 3D files, step files, and drawing files. And so we have that one data storage. Then there will be a performance issues as well. So what we, with the fluctuating, definitely it's a sharing and saving the data on a SharePoint. So it has the internet capabilities. So we need to work with the internet. If it is a low speed, you might be able to download with less, and it takes more time in designing. Then there is a manual part numbering with also disconnected system. As you see, like we have a team across the globe, like 5 different countries. So we have some of the designers are in here, some in Philippines, some in Australia. Also we are having the client communications. So yeah, it's disconnected in a way. Then project management was not integrated. So project team is based in Australia itself. All our projects are Australia, New Zealand, and UK. So we have the main design team here. Then 3D CAD data also, so duplication, overwriting, and manual drawing approval process. So we have that one challenge as well. Then also the revision number. So designers mark the numbers, mention that, okay, this was a design, this was an update in revisions. Then also the drawing release to different departments, the production, procurement. That was also a manual process. And notification, we used mails, Microsoft Teams, and Front. We still use that one, but yeah, with SolidWorks CDS experience, we have the updated system. So this is how we did. For the SharePoint and data storage, so with 3D experience, we have the collaborative space. So once one of the drafter is preparing the drawing and uploading on a SharePoint, SolidWorks Cloud, so everyone can update that one. The lead designer can review that one. All the project team and different stakeholders of the department can review that one. So that's a collaborative work. Then performance issues, yeah, definitely with the data on the cloud and caches generated on the local drive, we don't have a performance issues. It's a quite easy and reliable way. Then manual part numbering, also you have seen in the previous sessions, right? That automatic numbers are very key features in a 3D experience. Then, yeah, collaborative environment, as I mentioned. So project team, so what happens, like whenever we have the designers works with the project team, right? And project team update the details with the client. So with previously, like whenever the drafter or design engineer works on the design and share the details, it goes to the number of channels, right? And project team have to keep asking the details, what's the status and what's the progress. So with all the 3D experience and cloud database, it's easy for project manager to check the progress and status of the details. So it is very easy and convenient way to share the details to the client. And sorry, where was I? Yeah, so duplication of data, overwriting. So normally what we do is, like whenever we have one design and whenever we have the revision, so what we do, create a copy and then do again revisions, and then again with next revision we create another copy. With 3D experience we don't worry about that one, so we eliminate the duplications of file. Every duplicate files will be removed automatically. There will be a single file, and it creates a low storage, like you can work with a less storage as well. Then there is a, yeah, change management and revisions. So whenever you revise the model or the drawings, so it gets reflected automatically. So that's a key benefit, like we don't miss the revision. If there is any miss in a like shop floating, so if there is a change in a design or anything, so everyone get notified automatically. So that's also one of the things we improved. And yeah, drawing release, so project team, shop floating, get the drawings update very quickly. So we don't need to wait for someone to mail at the end of the day or in the morning. So whenever it is done, it's automatically get updated. And yeah, definitely the notifications as well. Sorry. So yeah, overview, that's a very less and a quick update for you. And thank you very much. Thank you all for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Hardik sir. Please be on stage. So I would like to call upon Swapnil Barot, who is our regional manager for Beacon Ahmedabad, to give a small token of appreciation from our side, sir. So if you can come in the middle of stage. Yeah, so we'll announce the other two awards as well before we wrap up. I would like to call upon Prithviraj Mistry. He's our subscription, he's from subscription team. So I'll just call Prithviraj, can you please come? Vivek, names? Okay, so for graffiti contest, we have Mr. Sachin Patil, who has given a very nice message says bringing ideas to life with precision and passion. So thanks SolidWorks. So can we have Mr. Sachin Patel? Yeah, congratulations, Mr. Sachin. Thank you. Okay, next, it's Prithviraj. Can you just be on stage? We have Mr. Chirag and Pritesh as well, who have written a very nice message. Can we have Mr. Chirag and Pritesh? Hope there are no multiple Chirags here. EPC. Okay, EPC design team. Please come. Congratulations. Okay, that was for graffiti wall, and now I'll like to call upon Mr. Henil to give away the prizes. Okay, there's one more, I suppose. Can we have Mr. Sagar? I think it's Mr. Ratnaplex. Can we have Mr. Sagar from Ratnaplex? Henil. Okay, now Henil, please be on stage. I would like to call upon the winners for LinkedIn, those who have uploaded the selfies with the nice taglines. So, names please. So the first runner-up is Mr. Jay P. Can you have Mr. Jay P on the stage, please? So identify yourself. Yeah, please, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, next. So winner is Mr. Bhavin Mistry. Can we have Mr. Bhavin? Okay, congratulations to all the winners. Hope, I think we are done. Okay, so I would like to call upon Nainar sir on stage to wrap up the event.
Where is the feedback? So, I hope these sessions were insightful. You got an idea of what is possible with the technologies that we have, and like there are a couple of takeaways that I would urge you to focus on. One is that I talked about digital audit. When you go back to your office, please take a couple of hours or half a day to look at your data, how much of that is digital and how connected the data is. That is going to give you a lot of insights. What was presented by Treadwell, the Treadwell, essentially that how the connected data is helping them to do their change management and do downstream operations. So please look at it, and then that's going to give you a lot of value in your business. The second thing is that look at digitalization across the entire process. 3D experience can help you with the digitalization in your design process, but look at you can digitize your other operations also, like your material handling, inspections, all of that. For that, if you need any assistance or any help, please do reach out to Beacon Ahmedabad. One of us will be able to showcase what we have, the kind of solutions that we have, which are integrated with SolidWorks, which are integrated with 3D experience. So you can share your design data of the rest of the teams in a very, very seamless way. So please look at those things. There's a feedback form. Please do take a minute to scan this QR code and give you a valuable feedback. This is essentially for us to know how good or how bad a job that we did. So it is going to help us in improving our sessions and our content and everything. So please take a couple of minutes to fill up this feedback form before leaving this room. That will be greatly appreciated. So with that, let me take this opportunity to thank you all once again. One is for all of you for being a loyal customer of SolidWorks and Beacon. The second is that for being here, taking time to listen to all the new features and new products that are coming up. So thank you so much from Beacon and from Dassault Systems. I want to take the opportunity to thank the Beacon Ahmedabad team and the marketing team, Vivek, who has been doing a thorough job organizing everything. And I want to thank the team at the console and our event management team for having done a fabulous job of setting up things. And I also want to thank the team from Beacon Pune who came down, like Vishal, Ashish, who have come down here, and Anjan from Bangalore, come down here to make this event meaningful. So with that, let me take this opportunity to thank you all once again and wish you all a very great Diwali and have a great time and the rest of the year ahead. Thank you.
So lunch is served right outside this hall. So you can have your lunch, and while leaving, there's a token of appreciation from our side. You can collect that and then leave. Feedback forms. Yeah, before you leave, please fill the feedback form. Yeah, please fill the feedback. You have to show the feedback submitted screen at the reception outside, and then you can collect the gift from there. You are done filling the form.